Good afternoon.
Hey.
It's that time again. It's squeaky bum time. It's me.
No.
You're happy with that, aren't you? You're more than happy. Well, welcome everybody at NUFC Talk TV. It's the live watch along. We're going to do the build up for an hour before the game starts at 4:30. It's Arsenal versus Newcastle, and wow, a bit of a surprise in the team. It was expected, if I'm honest with you. There's been a concern over some of his performances lately. So I suppose with him missing today, it's going to be upsetting a few. Is it going to hamper us, or is it going to be a better game for him not being in it? But we'll go through the teams in a minute. Before we do that, obviously I've got my right-hand man with me today, the mighty Win. Let's do the housework and then we'll crack on. Again, welcome to everybody watching across all of the platforms. Thanks to everybody that works in the background. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoy the show. Subscribe, it's totally free. Hit the bell for future content. We do lots of videos, lots of them live, so you hear it literally off the cuff. But we do the odd recorded. If you want to help us grow, you can become a member for a small monthly fee. Different levels to choose from, depending on what you want to watch. We have got a web page out there, but like I say, we've put that on the back burner a little bit. We just haven't got a chance to do it. But anybody that's involved in our table, our predictions table, you can still go on there and have a look. So if you want to have a look at ufctalk.tv. If you've got a question for me or Win during the show, then obviously put a Q in front of it. It's not guaranteed to be mentioned, but if we get the opportunity, we will. But if you want to guarantee it, then you can use the $sign, throw us a super chat, and from that, we'll obviously have a chat with you. And anybody that becomes a member, or any of our lovely members that gift them out there, will be highlighted and thanked as we go. How are you? You had a nice morning.
I've had a very nice. I've had a very, very busy morning, looking up various bits and pieces as we already discussed.
Yeah, it was. For
those
out in
bit of a bombshell.
Yeah, for those out in Viewerland, I literally sat my bum down in the chair, having been out to a bike fest this morning. Me and my lovely bit, my lovely
fest.
Well, it was a bike fest. I mean, there was only a few trikes there, to be fair. But I had a great time, to be fair. Over 2,000 people lining the streets. It was very good, and it gets a lot of money raised for the guys who do a really great job giving the blood bikes, transporting bloods and medical equipment back and forward. So a really good cause, to be fair, and it's one I very rarely miss. And luckily for me, obviously our match being at 4:30, it worked perfectly. It's been great. Happy days. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, it was an interesting phone call from yourself because it's not something that I'd thought about, to be fair.
What started me on it was DX putting in the chat. Obviously, every Newcastle fan would automatically think we want West Ham to win today.
Yeah.
But when you look at the table, if West Ham win today, and they're still playing it, 56 minutes, 1-0 to Forest. If West Ham win today, then Forest cannot get into the Champions League. And they are playing Chelsea next week. So, they're in the Europa regardless. What's the incentive for them to beat Chelsea next week if they can't get in the Champions League? And that had never crossed my mind. And then talking in the club this morning, we end up with the fact that the Nottingham Forest owner also owns Olympiacos in Greece, who are 15 points clear at the top of the Greek league.
I can't be touched.
Automatically, they've qualified now for the Champions League. And UEFA rules state that you can't have two clubs in the same competition owned by the same owners. So this was before the West Ham game kicked off. We thought, well, he's already got Olympia, and bear in mind he's Greek.
Yeah.
So where are his real allegiances? You know, he's gonna want Olympiacos in the Champions League. So then Forest can't go in the Champions League.
Well, I know because obviously you phoned me, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to have a look at this because I really hadn't given it much consideration. And according to what I've read, is because of all the issues that they had with United, the other United, they apparently, obviously, we all know that Sir Rat, he's got links with Nice. And obviously, when Man United were involved in Europe competition, there was a bit of a legal hiccup, if you like, between whether they'd be able to play in the same competition. And you're quite right. The rules do state that you can't own the club in the same competition. But they're actually looking at it to try and change those rules because they're only saying that because what they're saying is if the two clubs meet each other, then obviously there could be that golden handshake with the result, couldn't there? You know, and I think that's something what you have to look at. But yeah, it's an interesting one.
The UEFA rules specifically state and the reason why is because it dilutes the integrity.
Yeah.
The integrity of the competition.
Yeah, and you know, it is a fact, isn't it? There's a question coming from Joshua.
We had the same situation at Newcastle when under Ashley, when miraculously under Pardew we qualified for the UEFA.
Forest have just gone 2 up.
It was UEFA at the time, the UEFA League, the UEFA Cup, and at the time, the group stage of the Champions League meant that the third team in the Champions League dropped down into the UEFA Cup.
UEFA Cup, yeah.
And Ashley at that time had just bought a controlling share in Rangers. So there was a possibility that Rangers, who were in the Champions League, if they had finished third in the group, would have dropped into the UEFA League, which is where Newcastle United were. Fortunately, they didn't. They finished bottom, so they didn't qualify. So then I began researching what could happen. And what has already happened is that, for example, Man City, owned by UAE, who also own Girona in La Liga, who finished third in the La Liga last year and qualified for the Champions League, same competition as Man City are in, not allowed. So this is where it gets really complicated, apparently, and I haven't, because it was only brought to my attention this morning, I haven't fully looked into it. But what you can do is put some of your shares in any particular club into a trust. So you know, even though effectively you own the trust, you haven't. You've got some shares, and you go below the 50%. So you don't own a controlling share, and this is apparently what Man City did. Now, this is just a very, very brief. I'm going to obviously research it much more deeply, after we're finished everything we're doing today. But you can put shares into trusts and various things to prove you don't know, which is apparently what Man City, with their brilliant lawyers, did last season with Girona. So there we go.
Yeah, interesting. Right, well, I suppose we better get on to today's game, aren't we?
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I mean, it is going to be an interesting one, though, for Forest. I agree with you. I think that their second goal is just being checked for a possible offside. So VAR are taking a hell of a long time because I thought they'd already done that. Let's have a quick look then at the league table, I suppose. Because
depending on who scored, one of them is definitely offside.
Well, that's true. That's true. It's very tight.
I don't think it was him that scored.
No, it was.
Was he interfering with play?
I mean, who knows? I mean, having watched the Crystal Palace game, and well done, Crystal Palace, by the way. It certainly seems a season for the underdogs, doesn't it? I mean, obviously beating Man City, but again, the bubble definitely looks like it's burst at Man City at the minute. They certainly don't. They don't look the team like they used to be. For me, it's a strange old league this season. Liverpool flying off like they had done, and they'd won the league quite comfortably, to be fair. But the rest of them, it's like I say, it's anybody's game on the day. So let's have a quick look at the league then, because like I say, as we can see, Arsenal is our opponents today at the Emirates with 68 points. Then you've got Newcastle on 66. So again, it's all about what potentially could be ours. And then you go to Chelsea, Villa, both on 66 as well. Obviously, they've got the game in hand. So, today, like you said, Man City have still got to play next week through the week, and they may have a bit of a hangover. But they're obviously fighting for everything now. And obviously, Forest getting potentially that win today, and I think it will be a win today. I can't see not being, because West Ham just, again, are a very, very poor side, if I'm honest with you. Seems very fleeting when it comes to their style of play. And not really improved very much, having changed the manager. So, for me, is a draw a point?
Go on. Conflux, who I've
Conflux.
never seen before, but thank you very much, Conflux, has gifted a membership. But the membership has gone to Lee McFarlane. Why were you not a member already? You've been in for
Lee.
so long. Lee.
Yeah, but he may have upgraded it, to be fair.
All right, fair enough.
You got me. He may have been upgraded to the plus.
Yeah, okay. But anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that's brilliant. Thanks ever so much, guys. So as you can see, it's so tight in there with this league at the minute. Everybody chasing for Champions League.
Brentford have gone 2-1 up.
Wow. I mean, it's all happening, isn't it? It's crazy. Let's have a look at this question from Yoshi. Has this confirmed today Isak has been playing with this groin injury, with him being unable to play today with the groin injury? Well, we mentioned it the other day, didn't we?
We mentioned it for a while that he's been. I mean, for quite a few since the cup final, he has been well off the boil. Well off the boil. In fact, we gave him in the player scores, which you get if you remember when we do the player scores show. He was the lowest scoring player again in the player scores, and he is not himself.
Not at all.
The player that we've seen for the last 5 games or whatever, 4 games, 5 games, is not a £150 million footballer who every team in the world wants.
Is vying for, yeah. But I mean, there's a lot of people with this conspiracy theory saying he's not playing because of, he's not playing well because he wants outs. But I can't see that, to be fair.
Well, listen, I kind of half agree with Craig Hope when he's saying, you've got what Newcastle have to do is offer. Yes, he's contracted to us till 2028, but what we've got to do is put him on a new contract, which pays him what he would get if he goes
Anywhere else?
literally anywhere else.
Yeah.
And I'm sure. I'm sure that they're doing all that behind the scenes.
Yeah, I mean, you saw, you heard what Eddie Howe said about it. I mean, he did say it was a a question that's deserved. And I think with the monies that, again, it's something that you didn't hear or ever hear from Eddie Howe saying about the potential spending. Have you just put that on there, Win?
Sorry?
Have you just put something on the screen?
No, it's just for to watch. This is our private match.
All right, okay. I'm just going to say because I was just making sure we didn't hit the
I didn't think
transition.
you could see my private screen.
Well, it's because it's on the editor screen, so I can see what goes on the editor screen.
All right. Well,
so that because you haven't put it on your private screen, you've put it on the editor screen. You see, and that's why I was being careful of what we can and can't do. Anyway, let's because I was going to have a quick look at the teams, and again. I don't know whether it was more luck than judgment, if I'm honest with you, because I did. What's going on there? I did change the side and stuck. When we were talking and we were talking about Kraft coming in and everything else, I stuck to my laurels and I did say to myself, I'm gonna put a team down that I think is going to make it. Because I was adamant that the talk about Botman was BS. Anyway, what I forgot to do is mention, thank you, Random, for the gifted membership. And that's gone to Jan Lenartz. So welcome on board,
Jan. New name. Hello, Jan.
Lovely to have you guys with us. Yeah, it's lovely to have you guys along. So again, let's have a quick look at what we've got here, because this is the team that I predicted on Thursday, if anybody watched the game on Thursday. And again, if you look at what Sky Sports are saying, we're going to play a 3-4-3 system. I can't see that at all. I think what you're going to have is that low to mid block. These lads will drop in when we're on the defensive, and you'll have banks of 5 and 4 with obviously Callum Wilson up top. So let's go through the team, the Arsenal team. So we've got Raya, Lewis Skelly, Saliba, Kiwior and Ben White in defence. Going into midfield, Declan Rice is obviously presumed fit. Partey and Odegaard. And up top, you've got Martinelli, Trossard and Saka up on there. I mean, again, there's a couple of players on here that I suppose are being risked, if you like, the likes of Rice, because he wasn't doing too good against Liverpool. Obviously didn't play at all. So have they pushed him back too early? Well, only time will tell. And on the Newcastle side, we've got Nick Pope, back three of Shaw, Botman and Dan Burn, wing backs of Jacob Murphy and Tino Livramento. And midfield, 2 sixes, we're going to have Tonali and Gilmares. And up top, we've got Gordon, Wilson and Barnes. Obviously, with Isak missing. Now, the reports have come. We've just been talking about it, and I've just seen in some of the comments that he's out with this repetitive groin injury. And it's certainly something I think needs looking at in the off season, and potentially needs surgery to repair it, because he's not got over it for a while now. I mean, it's been niggling him, and you can see he's hampered. I mean, I'm not saying it's fully torn, but it's certainly hampering his movement. He looks very static at the minute. So, is that a sign that we've literally gone out here and gone for just getting the point? Or do you think there's still enough firepower within this side to get all three?
I absolutely think there's enough firepower. In fact, I think, everybody is still laughing at the mighty win for saying we're going to finish second. and for saying that Wilson will get 10 goals a season. This season for us. Callum Wilson is quality when he's fit.
Yeah.
And when he came on last week, he looks fit to me. That's the best he's played. And I rate Callum Wilson. I stand here to be shot at, depending on how he performs today.
Yeah. I mean, listen.
As crazy as it sounds, I think that team, right now, the way Isak's been playing the last few weeks, obviously carrying an injury, in my opinion. The way he's been playing I think Callum would have done a better job. And we've also got options now as well, by the way. Because if Callum shows that he's not up to it, let's just throw a Sula on and see what he can do there.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, isn't it?
Well, I'm still not of the opinion that we should be automatically doing that now, because I believe in Eddie, as you know.
Yeah.
And if Eddie thought Asula was anywhere near fully ready, he would have given him a chance, and he hasn't. He's always resisted, and it's always been Wilson that he's put on first.
Yeah, I mean, in games like this, you've got to have somebody that's got a little bit of experience, and I think it's potentially more experience than legs. But what you don't understand with Asula, I don't think Asula knows what he's going to do, never mind any defenders around him. So he's the unpredictable in my eyes. But for literally Callum Wilson, what I like about Callum Wilson, right, is he likes to play with his back to goal. He likes to ball into feet and he'll back into defenders. So they're either going to come through the back of him. And again, this could be an area where, Newcastle can exploit if they do decide to try and get the ball off him. What we do need for Wilson to provide us with anything is obviously him to get goals. That's something that I've found he's either snatching at his shot at the minute, because obviously he's not scored a goal yet. And the more time that you go without scoring, we all know you ain't going to get many chances against Arsenal today, I don't think. So, these are the games where you want somebody who's sharp in front of goal, who's clinical. And by losing Isak, have we got a chance of losing a little bit of that sharpness? Now, we all know that Harvey Barnes can score. We all know that Gordon can score. Bruno and Tonali, as we saw last week against Chelsea, the 2 6s actually got on the score sheet last week to get us the win. So there's goals across the park here. Even Jacob Murphy, as daft it looks, and then you've got the aerial competition, and maybe that's the reasons why Botman has been risked, even though he's obviously had this slight knee injury. Is it to compete with Arsenal's set piece rotation? We all know how dangerous they've been, but even that seems to have dropped its spark over recent games. They don't seem to be half as competitive now. Again, is that because the opposition coaches have all found out the way they work and setting up their defences to obviously counteract that?
Yeah, well, Callum hasn't got a good record against Arsenal for us, by the way. He's never scored against them.
Never scored, I'm going to say. That's what I'm saying.
He did score for Bournemouth against them, but he's never scored
Not for Newcastle.
us.
Yeah.
Listen, I have faith in Callum. And
happy afternoon, everybody, anyway.
I'll be joining you if need be. Hopefully it won't need be. I've gone 4-1 the tune, and
Chris has just put in the chat 1-1. I've just seen it come up. I don't know whether you've put it on your.
Changes.
Yeah, I think obviously with Callum Wilson being up top now, he's not expecting a lot of goals. 4-1 win for Toon, says Lee McFarlane. Everyone scoring bar Wilson.
Well, there's only Steve Rockler-Toon that we're waiting for
On the predictions.
on the predictions.
Come on, Stevie, if you're out there.
I've already sent him a. Sorry, he's in there.
There you go.
2-1-2 and says, oh, well, that's it. We've got a full house now.
We've got a full house. Everybody's on board today, which is great. I've gone 3-1, but now I'm starting to worry a little where the goals are coming from.
If you want.
Well, I don't want to sound negative, because I look across this team and we've got goals. Apart from Callum Wilson, Isak's not scored for a while apart from penalties. So,
and I just think Callum physically against it's not even Gabriel. He's not in. So Saliba and Kiwior. I think Callum Wilson can boss them.
Yeah, I think Saliba's a quality player. I'm not sure about Kiwior. I mean, even though he's had a couple of good games, I
think he's a good left back.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
By the way, so is Lewis Skelly.
Oh, absolutely. I think for the two youngsters with
more going forward than defensively, and that's going to be interesting.
Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting one. Full stop. Let's have obviously Arsenal. We've gone through the team. It's on the screen. Their substitutes: Neto, Tierney, Zinchenko, Jorginho, Havertz, Sterling, Calafiori, Francis, and Nwaneri. And for Newcastle, it's Dubravka, Ruddy, 2 goalkeepers again on the bench, which is soul-destroying. Yeah, Lascelles, Crafter, Sula, Willock, Longstaff. Yeah, Willock's on the bench.
There you go. So he's
Longstaff, Miley, and Neve.
Willock fit enough to be on the bench, but has not been
selected.
So he's definitely going for the 5-2-4 or whatever, as opposed to the.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened to me.
5-2-4. I don't know what's happened to you either.
I seem to have removed myself from the screen.
Well, get yourself back in.
I don't know. I'm going to have to obviously change. I'm going to jump out, buddy, and then jump back in. All right, dude? So you can crack on.
Yeah. So, as I say, I think Wilson can do a job, more of a physical job against the Arsenal back two, for want of a better expression. And if the two of them are concentrating on him, because he'll be putting himself about, that leaves all the more room for Gordon and Barnes to nip in, and specifically for Tonali to nip in. When we'll find out when the game starts. But listen, everybody in the club the day was really, really twitchy bum time. And I'm saying, what's the matter with you, man? Have you seen the run we've been on lately?
Oh, it's been fantastic.
Just get some chest, man. Get some chest.
Yeah, I mean, listen, but this is how bad it is, though, isn't it? When we've got such a small squad.
No, I think all it is bear in mind, the guys I drink with on a Sunday morning are kind of my age. And they have historically been used to disappointment. And I keep trying to say, listen, man, times have changed.
They have. For the better.
We've got the best owners we've had since Hall and Shepherd. We've got the best manager, in my opinion, that we've ever had. And those the days of disappointment have gone. Get on board, man. get some chest.
Yeah, thanks, Michael.
Thank you, Michael.
Superb. Lovely support, as always.
Pair character turning and weird. I don't know what that emoji is.
No, lowering his glasses.
You while lowering his glasses.
Hey. Rugby analysis here. He's backing up Wilson. He's always done his best, says Rugby. And listen, like I said, he does his best, and I'm not saying he doesn't. It's like I say, the one thing I don't want is, the chances come, like I say, very few and far between. Liverpool obviously caught them napping very quickly with two quick goals, and we can do the same. I mean, I don't fear anybody now. To be fair, I don't fear anybody with this setup. We seem to have so much balance.
Everybody goes on about how Arsenal did so well to come back from 2-0 down to draw 2-2. Liverpool had already, my goodness me.
What a star Mercury dime, £10. Keep the faith, fellas. 3-1 to the 2.
Exactly.
Come on!
Come
yeah, that's what
on.
I've gone with. So I'm happy with that one. I'm going to stick with me. See, that's what I'm saying. Now you've thrown that in, I'm sticking with mine, 3-1 to 2.
There you go.
I've got to support this lad. I mean, crikey.
So listen,
don't mind the £100 that I might lose.
I might lose 200 because I had a bet on the start. I'm sure I've said it before. I had a bet on the start of the season. One of the lads at the club this morning. He's in Benidorm right now, so they'll be watching it over there. £100 that Newcastle would finish above Arsenal. And when they were 10 points ahead of us at Christmas, he said, Do you wanna back out of the bet? I says, I never back out of a bet. I says, Arsenal are gonna fold. He says, do you want to double down then? So I says, aye, double down. Listen, so we doubled down, so then it became 200. And to be fair to Albert Brown, shout out Albert Brown, last 3 weeks ago, which is like because of the way the games have gone, various things, the last time I saw him in the club, I was outside having a tab, and he came out and he says, listen, Derek, he says, when we're double down when Arsenal were 10 points ahead, he says, if you want to back out of the doubling down, you can back out. I'll not tell anybody, just between us. I says, no, Albert, I says, a bet's a bet. I said, if you want to back out of it, you can, not a problem. But a bet's a bet. So he says, oh, well, fair enough then. So on it goes. So it's £200 for me and Albert.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Excellent.
Who finishes above who?
I mean, that is some going.
But he what I said to him at the time was, if he'd put that bet on, the 1v1 with Ladbrokes, if he'd put that bet on with Ladbrokes, because I'm betting him, at the time I was betting him a straight 100, he could put that on with Ladbrokes and doubled his money. He could have got 2-1 for Newcastle to finish above Arsenal.
Right, got you.
But I got every belief in Eddie and the boys.
Absolutely. Your mate's just scored a good one, if I'm honest with you. Bowen. He's just scored a nice one there. 2-1 now, Forest.
I've still got that little flicker in my mind that says, can you imagine Bowen on the right and Gordon on the left and Isak in the middle? Listen, Umbremo is definitely my number 2 choice. But if I was given a number 1 choice, it would be Bowen, because he can also play through the middle so effectively.
Yeah. They've got.
I know he's got all the West Ham connections with his father-in-law and one thing and another.
Yeah.
But he's not going to win anything with West Ham anytime soon.
No, I agree. Very. Little.
I mean, they've even West Ham have even blown all the cash they got from Rice. And look at what Moyes has done now.
That's what I said. It's crazy, isn't it?
I'll tell you what it is, Gary. You talk about ingratitude. Moyes has gone there. He's won them their first trophy for 50 years. And the fans still want him out.
Yeah.
So, right, they've got their way. He's out. What's happening now? Nothing.
Nothing.
If it wasn't for the good start of the season they had, they'd be in the relegation zone.
Yeah, they would.
He's gone back to Everton, which, to be fair, is his, spiritual home.
Yeah, exactly.
And what a job he's done there, by the way.
Oh, he's been outstanding. Anybody that's just turned on and you wasn't aware, that's the Arsenal side. So again, Raya White, Saliba, Kuwior, Lewis Skelly, Partey, Rice, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Trossard. Again, people were saying about certain individuals, Trossard rubbing the back of his hamstring. Is he carrying something? We all know Rice didn't play against Liverpool. So, again, a couple of players that are potentially a little bit dodgy. Going on to Newcastle, Pope, Shaw, Botman, Byrne, Murphy, Guimaraes, Tonali, Livramento, Barnes, Gordon, and obviously Wilson coming in for Isak. Same system as we had during the Chelsea game, apart from obviously the one change. And like I say, I only have doubts because of the issues with him not scoring. I think he's got to break that duck for me, and I hope he gets the opportunity today for a 2-yard tap in. That'll do me, even if it comes off his ear. I shall be more than happy for him to get off the score sheet. And
that will be his 50th goal.
50th goal for Newcastle, yeah.
Yep.
It'll be a nice little thing for him to get. Somebody had put it in, and I don't know whether it was... bear with me, because I saw it as you was talking, and I didn't want to disrupt you. It was a really good one as well. Lee McFarlane, there you go. Lee put down, he'll have to raise his level. I'm moaning now. I'm personally no longer going to be Ashley out. Oh, that's not it. It was somewhere else. It was Lee anyway. And he put it down about he's putting himself in the shop window today. We've seen him once before against Liverpool. Didn't do a great job, if I'm honest with you. But he did. It is that crunch time of year for some players. And with Callum Wilson, obviously, there's links with him going to Leeds, potentially. I read it.
I think it'd be a fantastic signing for Leeds.
Yeah.
I say, honestly, I would give him another year, me.
Well, that's what you keep.
Because there's
you've
nobody. Said. He's on 60 grand a year at the minute. I don't think anybody's going to pay him more than that with his injury record.
No. But as you keep on saying, availability is the best ability. So it's a gamble, isn't it?
And it's a total gamble. It's a total gamble on his fitness. But I still believe that when he's fit, he's one of the best. I've said a million times, he's the nearest I've seen to Shearer. If he could just keep fit.
Yeah.
And everything he, everybody says, an old-fashioned centre forward, which is what he is.
Yeah. He is.
But I like an old-fashioned centre forward.
Well, I mean, we grew up watching, the ball over the top for them to run onto and them get, muscle in a little bit.
It gives you another option. You can play your fancy football and all that, but if your back's to the wall and you're playing out ball, and he's still got the pace, by the way. He showed that, didn't he? Was it again when he got through?
He got through. Yeah, it was just the wrong options he tried, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like I said, because he was snatching.
Yeah.
And that's the trouble when you've not scored for a long time.
But he had the pace to get there.
Yeah. He broke the offside and got to the obviously the. I wouldn't say it was a one-on-one. Yeah, it wasn't a one-on-one, but I mean, it was nearly there. But just the wrong options at the end. I mean, listen, I hope, like I say, he does break the duck today. I mean, obviously, the chance of him getting 10 goals.
He's not going to get 10 goals. Fair enough. I'll
five today and 5 against Everton will do me.
Well, no, 4 today, because I only want 4 today. 4 today and 6 against Everton. That'll be nice.
Oh dear. I mean, listen. I hope he does. He does break it.
But again, the main story to come out of that really is Isak has obviously been playing with some sort of impediment for the last 3 or 4 games. Because
do you not think though it seems strange for him to be risked in this, as it's a really important game now, because obviously we still need a result to guarantee Champions League. Or has it got to that point now where he's just in too much pain?
I think obviously what's happened is they've been playing him and hoping that he can, if it's a pain barrier, whatever it might be, Alexander Isak has not been the same player in the last 2 or 3 games. He's been poor.
There you go. That's what I was trying to find from Lee. Rolling back the years today for a good deal or trying to get a new one. And I think, you're right.
Even if that's the case, happy days, because he's going to be busting a gut. And that's what
exactly.
we want.
That's what you want.
We want every player on that pitch to be busting a gut for the tune.
Yeah. If we could give him a payout availability, says Tony T, he'd be worth it. Which is what you've already said before, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know
but
what I mean?
As I say, I can't see anybody offering him, a really, lucrative final pay deal.
Yeah.
With A, the age he is, and B, his injury record, which is literally horrendous.
Yeah, it's crazy.
As we know to our cost.
Yeah.
So for me, for 60 grand, it's going to cost 1.2 million for the year. I think it's worth a chance. So,
or is Isak being dropped, says Tony T, because of his dip in form? Question.
No.
Has there been anything official? Well, there's nothing official. But if it was just a dip in form, wouldn't it be on the bench?
Actually, we'll find out. I'm pretty sure we'll find out.
Well, we'll find out, because obviously
the post-match interview.
There'll be lots of talk about this. But I mean, I would have thought if it was just a dip in form and nothing medical,
we might even hear something, because obviously on the telly, Eddie will be. Both managers always have that little bit say at the start, and obviously that will be the main question. Conspiracy theories.
Here we go. I was just going to say, has there been a signing and we don't know about?
Have Arsenal agreed a deal and they'll pay an extra 20 million if he doesn't play against them?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're going to get everything, aren't you? You are going to get absolutely everything coming at us when it comes to why isn't he starting? But it is strange, like I say, when he's being risked. Like I say, maybe it is just the fact that he's got to that point and he can't play anymore. Not fully, can't give you everything. Yeah. And it is what it is.
Do himself justice.
No, but this is going to be a toughie. Like I say, we've got to win that individual battle. We know what Declan Rice can give them. Confirmed, says Yoshi. Gazette says the club has said Isak with minor groin injury.
That groin injury has been on the horizon since before the cup final.
Yeah, I was going to say, but when did he pick that up? Because I mean, they said he'd. I'm trying to think of when that was. It was well before the cup final.
Yeah.
Because we were all saying about the international break, wasn't it? It was before the international break.
He didn't play that well in the couple of games before the cup final either. He hasn't been himself for quite a while, but he showed us the best of the best in the cup final.
Stephen Harker, calm down, Mulder and Scully. Love it. Oh dear. Listen, like I say, you are going to hear so much crap from especially from our Arsenal fans. All throw this in the mix now. Oh, Isak's not playing against us. It's because he's signing for us. Yeah, exactly. I would hate to, what was that one? I just seen something there. I would hate to see Isak in a red shirt with white sleeves, says Rick Murphy. Me too, mate. Was the green injury to the embargo on the Sunday question bit? Right. Yeah, possibly. That's another good one. You know, when they do the presser and you have the embargo to release it before information is given. Maybe that was part of that information that was given to the press when it goes off air, and the embargo obviously stops them from giving it out, potentially. Because obviously everybody's got to write for the newspapers, haven't they? It's funny, he never played against Liverpool either, one of the game. So he's back for Everton, says Gavin Fuller. Yeah, I mean, like I say, I you know what? For me, it's a case of if he's not back for today, why risk him against Everton? You know, you've still got two, 1.5 fit strikers there. Two if you count Sean Neves. Because obviously Neves is on the bench again today.
Oh, I think you count Sean Neves. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
Well, I'd like to see him have a run out though. You know, give him at least a smell. But I mean, I can't see it. I can't see Neve getting off the bench. To be fair, because Eddie likes to protect. Well, we've got 12 minutes before we start, so it's that time.
Like I say, serious. I mean, I'm not even joking. I've got no worries about today. I don't rate Arsenal.
No, to be fair,
I don't rate Arsenal. I don't rate them. I know it sounds stupid when they are
when the
where
second.
they are in
yeah,
the
exactly.
table. Sounds ridiculous. But they've just got no cutting edge at all. If they had a cutting edge, if they had Isak, they would have walked the league.
Yeah. They've got a good squad,
and the build up is fantastic. You know, all the fancy football and possession, all of that. They cannot get through, and again, we've gone to what I believe is going to be 5 at the back, the wing backs. They can't seem to get through a low block.
Yeah, friendly channel here has said maybe this is a stronger side with Wilson instead of Isak.
Well, that's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, I think obviously Isak is a better right now. The age that are and everything. Isak is a better striker than Callum Wilson. I'm not going to argue that.
You see, I think there's I think there's a bit of reality to this one. Like I say, are we looking at this as one of those? We're going to be lucky to get away with anything here at the Emirates, especially as we've already beat them three times this season.
We're going to be lucky to get away with anything at the Emirates. You've said 3-1. I've said 4-1.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going with the colour of my shirt, mate. I'm not going with my head. I'm going with what my heart tells me. I told you the other day I woke up and for some unknown reason, I said 3-1, literally as soon as I opened my eyes. And I'm thinking, where have I got that from? And my missus looked at me as if I was going daft. So I'm sticking with it. And obviously we've had a tenner and he's gone 3-1. So I'm going to support that. But obviously my brain's telling me, getting 3 goals at the Emirates. The other thing that gets me with Arsenal, and I don't know whether you've seen this, but if you look at the results between Newcastle and Arsenal, there's been very few games where both teams have scored. And I'm saying we haven't because there's only a few. It's usually one side or the other. It's either, I think the last time both sides scored is when we lost 4-1. Right? So, for me, like I say, what you've just said there does show some cause, if you like. They have got a good side, but when it comes to the final third, they're relying on 1, maybe 2 players to get the goals. But I was a little bit amazed by that, if I'm honest with you, when it comes down to it. Like I say, there's not many games. It's it's either 2-0, 1-0, both sides, but very rarely do both teams score. I think you have to go back to 2019, is it? Apart from the 4-1?
apart from the 4-1, you're going back to 2019. Oh, no, that was 1-0. Wait a minute. April 18, 2-1 Arsenal.
There you go. It's crazy, isn't it, that?
Yeah.
Where you don't get the two teams scoring. So again, having 3-1.
So both teams to score is not a very good bet,
It's
folks.
not
If that's in amongst all your builder bets.
Yeah, exactly. I might go 2-0, which is the average.
Well, you better make your mind up now.
No, I'm going to go 3. I'm going to stay with 3-1. I've told you.
I never change your bet. Quite right.
No, I'm going with it. Like I say, there's it's all going. Well, there's 11 minutes of added time at the Hammers Forest. There's a bit of a melee going on. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Referee's having a look at VAR, I think. But I've missed some action, whatever's gone on there. But like I say, they're going to be close on the Newcastle game if they carry on with this.
I was going to say, well, is Newcastle main event or Premier League?
Main event. Oof. There's a bit of a
live Super Sunday, so
there's nothing in that. There is nothing in that. Oh, there's a bit of a punch in the face there on Bowen. I wonder whether they're going to see that.
How are they going to work that now, though?
With what?
With the Newcastle match.
Well, the Newcastle game will still kick off. That will be what it is. It'll still kick off.
But if you are a Sky Sports subscriber,
yeah, and you wanted to watch the game,
and you're entitled to watch the whole game,
yeah,
that's going to be impossible unless they delay the kickoff.
No, they won't do that because that's under the guidelines of the FA, isn't it? So it's going to be a very, very interesting one.
Indeed.
So obviously the clock that you see at the top of your screens at the minute is obviously from the match that's still being played at the minute. So that'll reset once we get on there. There's lots of yellow cards from this referee at the minute. I don't know what the hell's going on. So we are 6 minutes away from kickoff. And I don't think there's going to be many minutes, if I'm honest with you, because they've already done 105 minutes of this one. And there was only supposed to be 11 minutes added time. But it was a good save from Salah. It was straight down his throat, to be fair.
Did you see the save he made in the first 5 minutes? Because again, I was a couple of kids in the club who can't even remember Matt Sells playing for us.
Right, okay.
And I said, fucking hell, because it was a fantastic save he made.
No, I didn't.
And I said, he never played like that.
No.
I said, mine neither did Chris Wood.
Chris Wood, I was going to say, yeah, exactly. It is funny how players go from team to team and seem to excel at different levels.
Anyway.
Oh, my days. Yes. So we are literally just waiting to see what's going on. Delay the feed, not the kickoff, says Tony T. It's, like I say, we are getting very, very close. They're not going to have much of a post-match chat about this one.
They're not going to have much of a pre-match chat, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
They'll be showing you the teams through the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. They'll be just...
But anyway, it looks as though Forest had done it, so...
Yeah,
that's it. And like I say, according to... which it had never even occurred to me, the ex put in the WhatsApp group during the week about, hey, by the way, Forest get beat. They've got nothing to play for.
Yeah.
When they
exactly.
play Chelsea next week. Which was weird.
Very weird. They've got everything to play for now, but like I say, there could be other constraints against them. Obviously, having the two teams in the Champions League. So watch this space when that happens, because like I say, here you go. Will be interesting. Very interesting. Well, the lads are already out on the field. I can see that. They're all lining up, getting their team photos and having a little bit of a shake of the hand.
All over.
What, the Newcastle game?
No.
Bloody hell. See you later, guys. Oh, dear, that'll be a laugh, wouldn't it? Yeah, there you go. Are they? They were saying I was half expecting them to have their new kit on, because obviously that seems to be the new thing now, doesn't it? The last game at home, the teams seem to wear their new strip. Obviously, we won't do that until next week, I would imagine, when we play Everton at home. But it'll be interesting to see whether it is what everybody's leaked online with the blue piping. Will return to provide my professional punditry at half time, says Rugby. I quite like that. You should come on the air, Rugby, and give us your professional stato predictions. Odegaard party.
Let's have a quick look through. Yeah, have we done these? Have we done all of these? Yeah, groin injury, yeah.
Yeah, we've done that.
Want to see victory at the Emirates, like when Andy Carroll scored 1-0 in 10-11, indeed. Natalie Reeves saying I'm going to have a Newcastle United cake for my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday for July.
If we don't sign a backup striker, Wilson would be okay to stay, but then I'd want a world-class goalkeeper, pacey centre-back. Pacey centre-back, definitely, because we have got no pace in the centre of defence. It's a real worry for me, that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a worry for anybody. But the trouble is, you see, we play in such a way, apart from the odd game where we've gone to the halfway line, we've done a Spursy. And obviously that we've seen on umpteen occasions. You've had Trippier then trying to cover, and he makes the individual mistake. They go through and score. We seem to have stopped that. We seem to not. We only go so far now, and it's a mid-block. So there's Eddie Howe has realised that we've got no pace in the back line, and what he doesn't do now is allow the lads to push on too far. I mean, apart from obviously when we are pressing, when they've got the ball in the opposition, we back and we back off until we need to go and attack the ball in the air, which obviously we know. Byrne, Botman, and Shaw have done. I mean, I thought Botman was outstanding against Chelsea for the small part he played. So I was well impressed. Anyway, we're on kickoff. Newcastle are kicking off, and we're playing right to left at the Emirates as the cameras look at the ground. So enjoy the game, guys. And like I say, please don't spoil it for anybody if you can. And try and keep it to yourself until we celebrate.
Quick changeover, and we are at the kickoff. We've got the kickoff.
Yeah.
So they've obviously won the toss. Hello.
The referee is just getting some technical issues.
Getting mic'd up.
There you go. It's not. It must be the fourth official.
Yeah.
So it's a long ball forward.
Let's go.
Dropped into Bruno. It's unfortunately just overhit to Tonali, and it's been taken up by Trossard. Out to Quiot. Skelly. Down the line to Rice.
Yeah, they'll keep on passing the ball.
Yeah, just into Partey now. Again, just on the edge. Oh, that's a bit of a dodgy ball there, wasn't it? From Partey. Yeah. Absolutely awful. I mean, totally off balance. And he's tried to dink a ball out. I don't know what he was aiming at because there wasn't a ball on there. Tino with the throw in, halfway in the Arsenal half, back to Dan Burn, just to have a touch of it. And he plays the ball to the feet of Pope. And there's a little bit of a stuttering from Pope there, but he does manage to get it high. But unfortunately, not very good. Back to Partey, who's sitting in that deep position. Odegaard, who dropped a bit deeper just to try and get hold of the ball. Try and draw Newcastle on. Back to Raya. What was you going to say, Win?
What I was going to say was, and I've totally forgot about it in the build-up. Pick a Newcastle player for me to watch.
Me pick a player for you.
Pick a player.
Harvey Barnes.
Harvey Barnes, right. So what I'm going to do throughout the match, I'm going to specifically watch Harvey Barnes. I mean, I'm going to watch everybody, but watch Harvey Barnes, and every involvement, I'm going to look at good, bad, indifferent.
Good lad. Can't fault that. Ball forward for Saka, but obviously a little bit too hard, and Burns picks that up, gives it back to Pope. Pope then drills a ball out to Jacob Murphy.
Murphy
controls
takes
it well.
really well.
Yeah, he looks to go down the line and feed in Wilson, but it's a little bit too long. And again, it's just clearing the lines.
But it cleared the lines well.
Yeah. Partey again, receiving the ball from Raya up to Saka. Very central. And it seems as though Arsenal have tried to obviously influence that middle of the park. Good anticipation there again from Fabian Schär. Now Trossard just trying to get something happening in front of him. Odegaard out on this right-hand side. Got Ben White to the right of him. Saka's gone very central, which is strange. So obviously there's certainly something that Arsenal have deliberated on and tried to overload the central positions, going man for man now, Newcastle more or less. Odegaard to Partey. Just inside the Newcastle half. Ben White now. All the way back to the halfway line. Saliba. Kiwior. Partey. Tries to drill the ball into Saka. He gets cut out by
intercepted by
Tina. Yeah, he fell through to Ben White here. Great tackle from Dan Burn, though. What a tackle that is.
And the second one to prevent the corner and make it a throw-in.
Make it a throw-in, yeah, great. I mean, there was a little bit of good play. Odegaard just turns. I thought he was offside slightly there, you know. He was in front. Yeah, he was in front of Dan Burn on the run, Ben White was, but Dan Burn recovery was superb.
Long legs.
Go, gadget legs.
Aye, exactly.
Ben White with a throw-in. Back to Saliba. Newcastle gone very deep at the minute, so just pushing out now as a bit of a unit. Odegaard down on this right-hand touchline. He tries to play a ball through. It's cut out again by Tino and Bruno up to Barnes. Over the top to
excellent
Wilson,
ball.
Who's now into the corner, being harassed a little bit there by Kiwior. He's going to get a throw in there, but he keeps it in play to Tino. Tino again tries to get a rotation on that ball, but it's gone out of play now for a Newcastle throw-in from Saka. Bruno. Newcastle just getting on with this. Botman to Burn. Ball over the top there for Gordon to run onto, but it's headed clear. Oh, again, two trying to get to the same ball there. Oh, what's gone on there? Bit of a coming together with Tino.
Nothing
and Ben White
from the referee.
No, he keeps his whistle by his side. Ooh, dodgy ball again, that from Skelly. Back to Raya. Raya looks to go, oh, crikey, along the floor, but that's picked up by Tonali, who plays it central to Wilson. Wilson digs it back. Oh! And it's cleared again from Raya, and it comes back to Jacob Murphy, back to Bruno. Bruno now going to left-footed, and it's headed clear this time by Arsenal. Oh, Anthony Gordon there. He's trying to tee up. I don't know who it was on the. I think it was Bruno.
Keeper.
Yeah, sweeper keeper there from Pope. He just clears it long. I mean, they look all over the shop at the minute. Arsenal, I must admit, in the back line. Unlucky there. Took a good save, to be fair. Skelly now. Back to Kiwior. And back to Raya, who again just looking to go long. That was a dodgy ball from Raya through the middle.
They're going along, trying to get
They've got no chance there. Great.
They've got no chance.
Headed by Dan Burn, picked up by Bruno. Harvey Barnes now, just on the halfway line, gives it back to Schär, to Botman. Botman, central figure of those three now. Gordon, Tino's just run past him. Botman again. just looking up and looking for feet. Gives it into Gordon, who gets a bit of a nudge from Odegaard, and the referee saying, don't having that. And I mean, to be fair, Gordon did go over really easy there. Odegaard just backheels it to Partey. Partey out to Ben White, who's miscontrolled it, and it's out for a throw-in. Not a great start from Ben White, to be fair.
Is garbage, isn't it?
Very dodgy ball, that.
But again, look at that.
And it was a feed into Wilson, who just backheels it for Bruno, who was on the penalty spot, and
it was a good
he tries
save,
to pick the corner.
Fair.
It was a very good save.
But a lovely
Bruno
backheel from Wilson.
Yeah. I thought Bruno was just going to tuck that into the corner. Not a bad start for the first 7 minutes. Ryan now come well out of his goal line, goal area here.
They're just hoofing it.
Yeah, it's Nick Popeism.
Hey, honest to God, so much for the Arsenal modus operandi being play from the back and build up.
Yeah, let's keep the ball.
They're just going long.
Absolutely. Very indifferent.
In this first 7 minutes, anyway, they're literally just hoofing the twat.
To be fair, his passing has been dire. Down the line to Wilson.
Yeah, and didn't he do well?
Yeah, Murphy. Back to Shaw. Central to Botman, just on the edge of the penalty area of Newcastle. Back to Burnt. Up the line to Gordon, Anthony Gordon. And Ben White. Again, first touch wasn't brilliant from Gordon.
No.
And it's a throw into Newcastle now. To Arsenal. But really quickly thrown in from Ben White to Gordon. Trossard. Trossard plays it back to Partey, who swings it, but challenged by Tonali. Kiwior now gives it to Rice. He's just stood still a little bit, waiting for some movement from the red shirts in front of him. And again, Newcastle go into this 5-4-1 formation. Ben White back to Partey. You've got to watch the lads coming in the background there. And that's for Jacob Murphy to chase down for Skelly. That's well done. Again, a really poor cross from Martinelli. It comes to nothing. I mean, it's funny, isn't it? You know, like I say, they're trying to get the width because centrally we've got this 5-4-1 formation. They're finding it really difficult to find a pass through the middle of us. So what they're trying is to try and get the ball wide. But some of the passing's been absolutely dire for a team currently sitting second in the Premier League. Shaw now with the throw. Goes down the line. Headed on by Harvey Barnes up to Wilson, who got a nudge in the back there, to be fair. Back to Arsenal then. Ben White, Partey. Just allowing Partey to have all the time on the world in the middle of the park there. With this bank of 4 black and white shirts in front of him. It's a nice little threaded ball to Ozard, who, again, just tried to nick it through. It's half-hearted attempt of a handball shout there. Inside from Anthony Gordon.
Lovely ball.
To Bruno. Bruno out on this touchline to Tino. Up to Gordon. Back to Tino. Shoots! Oh! Tino with a shot. I mean, come on. That's what you want to see. Get Tino shooting. It was a nice little move, that was. Very good.
A lovely move. All the way. A lovely back heel. And
yeah. And if Raya had fumbled that... Should have
probably done better.
Yeah, well, Wilson was there, wasn't he? Wilson, if Raya had spilt that one, literally, Wilson was right on top of him. So he had to keep hold of it. Yeah, there's lots of pressure from the lads there. And again, a really dodgy ball. Harvey Barnes to Bruno. Bruno got a chance to shoot. Tries to feed in Wilson. Again to Tonali. A block shot there this time from Tonali on the edge of the box. Arsenal are looking awful at the minute. All over the shop. Martinelli now tries to get the ball forward down that left-hand side. Inside to, in the middle of the park now to Odegaard. Odegaard running towards the penalty area of Newcastle. The lads just backing off. And the ball gets blocked and put out for a throw into Arsenal. Again, I don't know what's going on with Arsenal, but they do look a little bit dodgy when we go on the attack. Saka and into Odegaard. But again, Odegaard with just a toe poke into the corner. It's picked up by Tino. Tino into Gordon. Gordon just tries to push it past White, and he's gone down far too easy, Anthony Gordon.
Well, no, he did get a kick, but it wasn't a foul.
It wasn't, but it wasn't a harsh kick. Well cleared there from Fabian Shaw, only to the edge of the box. Skelly gives it to Kuior. Again, just trying to get some movement in front of him. Trossard now on that left-hand side, being hunted by Murphy, and he brings it back all the way to Partey now, central. Partey again just able to run forward, all the Newcastle shirts just behind him. Again, heavy touch from Martinelli there. Lewis Skelly out to Trossard, who's gone onto the left-hand side. Tries to take it down the line. He's done well, Trossard. He gets a shot off, and it's wide of the target. Don't know whether that was a deflection.
But he did get the shot off. No, I don't think
he did get the shot off. He took Jacob Murphy down the line, then dropped his shoulder and come inside. Yeah, I think there was a deflection off Harvey Barnes. It was a good block, actually, from Harvey Barnes. That deflects the ball wide of Pope's left-hand post. Saka now with the in-swinger. Again, let's have a look at their set piece, see what they've done. They've gone more to a standard formation, to be fair, at the minute. Everybody at the back post, so watch for the late arrivals, central. Saka with his little dodge. Ball into central. And again, it was well-headed clear.
Was it?
I think it was Pope. He got a hand to that one, to be fair.
I think it was a save, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a great save. Absolutely great save. Yeah, it happened so quick. I don't know whether that come off our own head. Oh, it wasn't. It was Partey, I think.
Partey, aye.
Yeah, Partey got a glancing head on it. It was just a reaction. Save. Yeah, reaction from Pope, who manages to palm it over the bar. I mean, from, 4 yards out? I mean, he didn't have much time to do anything with that.
Probably not even that.
Yeah, it was stunning save. Gone short this time, Saka. Again, gets the ball up. He's gone central to Odegaard, who hoofs it. It's that John Smith time. Have it.
Have it.
I think he's kicked that over the fence.
Oh, Fulham have gone 3-2 up against Brentford.
Oh, wow. It's a good game. In London.
Yeah, 1-0, 2-1, 3-2, switching.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a poor effort from Odegaard. Very poor effort, because he was very central and had plenty of time to get a touch on that if he wanted it.
Should have been on target.
Yeah. Popey goes long now. Bruno picks the ball up. Out to Murphy, who's got a bit of room to run into. Murphy looks up, delivers the ball into the middle, and it's headed up and... Oh, I'm going to say it's out for a corner, but it was saved from Kuior. And he's kicked it clear for a throw-in. No.
That must have been over the line there.
Not according to the line out. So
well, the line was 10 yards behind play, sadly.
Ball all the way back to Botman. Botman just looking and waiting for Bruno to track back into the sixth place. Up to Harvey Barnes now on the halfway line. Harvey Barnes inside right position, runs centrally towards the goal, and there's a shot! Oh! Deflected twice. One off the player, off the heels, one off Raya's fingertips, and it's just behind for a corner kick to Newcastle. Great attempt with his left foot.
Yeah.
Great attempt with his left foot. I mean, it was going centrally, to be fair. It wasn't a dangerous shot, but it was a grubby. It was along the floor, and that deflection just got it heading towards the corner of the post. And Raya managed to get down and get his hand or his fingertips to it.
We're on Harvey Barnes' watch. He's had 3, 6, 8 actions, and not a bad one among them so far.
Oh, there you go. Tonali now into the box. Oh, again, it's headed clear this time from Kuior. It was headed it out again for another corner. It was taken short this time down the line, and it was, like I say, just the one movement. It was out of his feet from Tonali, and whipped in with some pace. So just needed somebody to get on the end of that. Tonali now coming to do the set pieces. Going to be an in-swinger from Tonali. Interesting, because it's obviously they've worked on this now with a dead ball man, with now Kieran Trippier. And we've been saying for a while, Tonali into the centre. It's a scramble. Oh! There was a right scramble there. Unfortunately, with it being so sunny at the Emirates, I couldn't see what happened there. Bit of a coming together with Murphy and Martinelli. Martinelli stayed down. Murphy now drills the ball up over the top. It's a lovely ball in towards Wilson. And it's, again, another corner for... was that Raya save that then? Big Dan Burn stood in front of him. And he gets... it was a superb double save. Double save.
And a fabulous shot.
Great header from Burn. Raya gets his left hand to it. Then it's fired back in by Botman, and he manages to get his toe to it. Yeah. I mean, that's what I said. It was so bright with the sun.
Double save. It was fantastic.
Fantastic. Great keeping from both ends, to be fair. In the 18th minute, there's a little bit of a drag on the shoulder. Come on. I thought we were going to get into that. Wilson now picks up the ball left of the penalty area. Pulls it back in towards Bruno. Gets a touch. Anthony Gordon now. Around about 25 yards out. Back out to Wilson, who stayed out wide. Wilson now looking to get the ball into the box, but he manages just to give it to Gordon. Tino now into Bruno. Bruno central. About 40 yards out. Bruno looks to shape a shot, but he fires it out to Tonali. Tonali drills it in hard and low, but this time it's cut out by Rice.
Hard.
I think he tried to whip it, but it wasn't enough height on that delivery, and it was easily intercepted by Rice. And he gives it to Martinelli, who gives it back to Rice and up to Trossard. Back to Martinelli now. Nice give and go from them two down that left-hand side, but Tonali's tracking him all the way. Lads have got a bit of shape back, and now it's won back by Bruno. Really good defending there by all of the black and white shirts. And Bruno, again, very clever because he walks across Trossard. Yeah. And Trossard's all got to do is just touch him, and he's going to go down.
I don't like to say that. He could have just poked the ball there. He had two players outside him, inside him.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, he could have played. He delayed the ball a little bit. Yeah. You got Tino on the inside of him and Harvey Barnes, I think it was, who would run past him. But again, it's the skipper just getting the control of the game, if you like, taking the gamble. But we've certainly been on top. They've not had many opportunities. And Ray has been much more the busier keeper. Been a little disappointed with Anthony Gordon, I must admit.
Yeah, me too.
Not seen enough from Anthony Gordon in the first 20 minutes.
As we've just seen there, didn't he? If he'd made more of an attempt for that ball, he could have potentially got us that throw in.
Yeah, absolutely. Hoofed clear down towards Saka into Odegaard. And again, the misplaced chance has gone back to Newcastle.
No.
Fabian shot.
That's the one.
Harvey Barnes now just playing in that right-hand side, filling the hole of Murphy. Not literally. Botman now, central. Plays a lovely little ball up to Tino, who plays the ball round for Gordon.
No, come on, Gordon.
Got a little bit of a chance down that left-hand side. He's running towards the box. Drives it into central towards Wilson, but it's cut out by Saliba.
I like the intent there, though, to get it straight in.
Get it. Yeah, I mean, you'd got Harvey Barnes and Bruno both on the edge of the area running centrally there.
Yeah, and you had Tino potentially on the overlap.
On the overlap as well. So, yeah, good movement from Newcastle.
One thought, get it in, and we've got a corner from it, so that's good.
Yeah, and again, Dan Burn is just sitting on top of Raya there. Can't believe he towers over every bugger, doesn't he? Odegaard just wrapping his arms around Burn. Ball in again. Really good ball. Burn again with a free header over the bar this time.
I don't know about free header, but...
Well, it is a free header for him because he's like a bloody giraffe.
It's behind a minute.
Yeah, I mean, he has to do a lot because, I mean, you know, he's on the 6-yard line and he runs backwards and tries to direct
behind him.
Yeah. I mean, it was a hard chance. It was his easier chance was on target. Great start from Newcastle, I must admit. Really good start. Leicester have beat Ipswich 2-0. Everton, obviously, Southampton 2-0.
And it's still 3-2 to Fulham.
And 3-2 to Fulham still, yeah. Interesting why they're then in the 90th minute, aren't they? So, party now. Again, looking for movement centrally, but that wall of white and black is in front of them. Lewis Skelly. Again, more in an advanced role. Kiwior out to Martinelli. Again, faced up by Murphy, who's not giving him an option to go down the line.
Doing well at that right wing back.
Yeah, he seems ideal. He seems to be so comfortable in that role. It doesn't look great when he's right back, but you have to wear a different hat. Odegaard now. Partey. Again, being hunted by Tonali. Gives it to Kiwior. Lewis Skelly, who drills a ball into Rice, who's just peeled off the central position out onto that left-hand side. Back to Skelly. Martinelli now. Oh, sorry, it's Trossard. Trossard bringing it back onto his right foot, running more central. Gives a nice little ball to Skelly, who dinks the ball in, and it's, again, too deep. But it's picked up by Ben White. And he runs it down the line to Odegaard. Back into Saliba.
Who, as Odegaard does these days, passes it backwards.
Yeah, he just keeps hold of possession. I mean, it's the old coaching style. Play the way you face. Again, just driven across to Lewis Skelly, who gives it out. It's that Trossard.
Well done, Murphy,
well done, Murphy.
Well
who runs
done,
down the line,
son.
beats
Go
Skelly.
On.
And again, he's just hasn't got the legs, unfortunately.
Trossard just had the legs to.
Yeah.
Well done.
Trossard recovered well there, to be fair, because again, it was the loss of the ball. But Murphy
had.
Yeah. Saliba.
So still well done, Murphy, though.
Well, he got the ball clear, didn't he? At the end of the day,
Yeah.
It was a good challenge. Again, Raya goes long for the ball over the top for Martinelli to get onto. Balls.
But
it looks
you'll
like
never ever beat
Martinelli
Dan Burn.
I thought that was Botman, wasn't it?
That might have been, actually.
Ben White now running centrally. He's gone to the centre of the goal. Oh, they let him run there a little bit. And Ben White's looking for the penalty. But, I mean, it wasn't. It was a challenge. It gets deflected. I mean, again, they allowed him to run inside of both Tonali and Burn there. But it was I don't know what he was asking for there, to be fair.
Well, hang on, he might.
He goes to shoot. Burn goes down.
Nowhere near him, Burn. Burn is nowhere near him. He dives. Yellow card.
I mean, there's obviously some move. Well, again, from that angle, there may have been a slight...
From that angle was perfect. Burn never made any contact at all.
Yeah, he was trying. Wilson there again, having his shirt tugged, and the referees allowed that to go on. Tino out to Burn football. Really quickly. Out to Gordon now. Tino's gone advanced down that line on the inside right position. Gordon now, lots of green to run into. Stops, holds the ball up, just waits for the black and white shirts to catch up with him. Back to Dan Burn. Dan Burn now goes centrally to Botman. Botman looks up, gives it to Fabian Shaw. Shaw out to Murphy. Murphy now. Again.
The pendulum.
The pendulum works. Again, Arsenal just allowing Newcastle to advance. Nice give and go with Harvey Barnes and Murphy. Murphy tries to get a quick cross in, and it's blocked that time. Again, it's really weird because they seem to be doing a very similar tactic to us, going very narrow and allowing the lads just to run on the, not wide, but allowing them to progress up the field until they get to a certain point before they close them down. Dan Burn now. On to Anthony Gordon, who again gets a little bit of a nudge in the back by Ben White. Again, nothing happening from the referee. Botman. Burn, who just goes central in that ball. It's like more of a hit and hope one, that one from Dan Burn centrally. Again, that was an awful ball forward from Skelly, and you can see Odegaard just asking everybody to calm down because some of these balls aren't aimed at anybody in particular. It's more of a hopeful ball. Some lovely movement from Harvey Barnes, though, I must admit. Very good movement from Harvey Barnes. Barnes again. Again, he's picking up those half spaces, Harvey Barnes, and it's very difficult for the likes of Arsenal to pick up because he's not playing up top, he's not playing in midfield, he's playing both roles really well. Great over the ball for Anthony Gordon to run onto. First touch, he squares it. Oh, I thought Wilson was going to get a chance there, and Harvey Barnes again trying to chase that ball down. Oh. I thought he was going to get, but that's going to be a free kick. Great ball over the top there for Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon does really well here. I thought that was going to be too much, but he squares it to Wilson and another yard in front, and Wilson could have got a chance there. It's very difficult, to be fair, though, because it was fizzed right across, and Harvey Barnes trying to get on the end of it, unfortunately fell Skelly. So Ryan now is looking at going short, but decides with the press he's gone long again. Botman this time, not a chance on hell. He's going to get beat there. Tonali into Gordon, but unfortunately a little bit too hard there on the interception, and the ball runs back to Arsenal. Rice now, not really been involved in the game a lot. Rice being tracked by Bruno, comes centrally. He tries a shot. It's a grubby. It's weak, peasy. And straight into the midriff of Popey. Yeah, 28 minutes gone. Arsenal 0, Newcastle 0. Botman now. Into Bruno. Again, being closed down by Rice, so just gives it Popey back. Popey waiting for the lads just to move around. Some nice movement from Tonali. Nice ball inside to Tino, who's giving them that extra player. Him and Harvey Barnes just making it really difficult for Arsenal to pick up. It's out to Jacob Murphy. Murphy looks up, dinks one to the back stick. Nobody there, though. It's fallen to Gordon. Gordon just waiting. There's Dan Burn, who's winger this time, on the overlap. He's come into Botman, into Bruno's feet, back to Botman, central. He's gone to Tonali. Again, Tonali just allowing Dan Burn to be that extra man on the wing down this left-hand channel. Tonali just having a look up to see where Jacob Murphy is.
Nobody moving for him there.
Well, he was looking for Jacob Murphy. He was going to run in behind, but then he stuttered and decided not to and just keep the ball. Little give and go between Bruno and Tonali. But again, Tonali's just taking control centrally. Botman out to Dan Burn. Up the line to Gordon. Gordon first time with a nice give and go with Tino. It's come to Wilson.
Lovely,
Wilson out
well
to
done,
Tino.
Wilson.
Overlapped by Anthony Gordon. Tino decides to go on his own. Tino looks to go across the ball, but it's blocked
that was
by
hard
Saliba.
lines for a corner.
Yeah. You can see what he was trying to do. We're trying to get quick here with Martinelli on the chase, but Popey with the sweeper keeper roll.
Keeper.
Yeah. Comes out and gets rid of that ball. It's thrown in really quickly from Arsenal. Trossard now brings the ball into Partey into Odegaard, who's got a little bit of room, out to Saka, who again hasn't done a lot this first half.
Saka has been invisible.
Saka across the box, and it's cleared again by Bruno this time. And it's out for a Arsenal corner. It's a good old tussle, this, I must admit.
Yeah, enjoying
it's an exciting 0-0 at the minute.
Which still leaves us in third place, by the way.
Absolutely. I mean, a point for me won't be any hard shape for me. I'll tell you now. If we can get a point here. But to be fair, from what I've seen so far, I can't see why we can't go out there and get a result.
I'm the same.
Corner was taken quickly. It was, again, Saka and Odegaard making a bit of a rick of it. And it was blocked by Gordon. And it's out for a throw. Ben White to take. Gives it to Trossard on the short. Tino now just blocking them up. Yeah, and again, Tino just gets the block on, and it's out for a corner now for Arsenal. He's a tricky little player, Trossard, because he looks uninterested at the best of times.
And
then, yeah, he's a crafty little player. Mr. Hooper hasn't done much in this game, to be fair, the referee.
No.
Mike Cooper.
Hasn't needed to.
No, it's been played in good spirit, isn't it? If I'm honest with you, there's been nothing really to say otherwise.
Yeah, they go.
Yeah, again, ball into the box from Saka. It's the near post, and Pope again gets a hand to that one, I think.
I thought it was headed out.
Oh. I think it was fitted out, but Pope is just saying that. He's just acknowledging the referee, saying there was a little bit of a push on me, ref. Just having a quick word with
Ben White.
Yeah. Again, Arsenal playing with a short on the edge of the penalty area if Saka wants to give Trossard a shout. But you can see Jacob Murphy there, look, on the edge of the 6-yard box waiting for it. Ball comes low this time, and Jacob Murphy spoons it up in the air. And it's not gone outwards, has now. It wasn't a great clearance, to be fair. What they're going to do this time? Because that was a really poor effort. No, it was a very poor effort. I don't think Jacob Murphy was expecting it.
No, exactly.
Oh, dear.
But it's straight on the trot.
Yeah. Again, going short this time now to Trossard. Back to Saka on the edge of the box. We've got Skelly. Skelly tries to throw it into the back stick, but it's again overhit. And it's a goal kick to Newcastle. Not really playing well, Skelly, at the minute. Under a bit of pressure. A quick look at Havertz on the bench for the first time.
Bench, yeah.
After pulling his hamstring. It's been out since February the 5th with this hamstring injury. Was it Havertz or Martinelli that hit the post when they got through the... Well, that was a bad bit of play there from Newcastle. It's fallen to Martinelli. Lewis Skelly now. Don't know what happened there between Nick Pope and Shaw. Ball into the middle, but again, it's hit to nobody. It's more hope than anything else from Kiwior, and it's up for another goal kick to Newcastle. I hope he does better this time. I haven't got a clue what happened there. It was as if, like, you know, Pope kicked it out and Shaw wasn't ready for it. Yeah, they're all interested. The Emirates giving Havertz a clap there as he's warming up down the touchline. Pope decides to go long this time. Heading towards Wilson. Tonali, Bruno. Back to Botman. Shaw gets it out of his feet and drills one forward. Headed clear by Kiwior. Falls into the halfway line. Partey. Rice back to Partey, who's gone into the centre circle now. Again, just looking for runners. And nobody's really running for him forward line. Lewis Skelly now. Out on that left-hand side. Rice comes and gets the ball again. Out to Martinelli on that left-hand side. Again, coming back to Lewis Skelly. Saliba. Kiwior. Skelly. On the left-hand side. Bit of a pendulum work at the minute. Skelly on the edge of the penalty area. Back to Kiwior. Martinelli. Martinelli and Jacob Murphy. Jacob Murphy wins that one again. But the deflection gets the corner for Arsenal. A lot of play for Arsenal in the last 5 minutes. Building a bit of pressure.
Yeah, they've got a head on corners now.
Yeah.
Jacob Murphy not happy. Thinks it should have been a goal kick.
Yeah, insisting that come off Martinelli. Rice now with the in-swinger. Newcastle going man for man with the back stick.
They've obviously
and
abandoned
then zonal front stick.
Arsenal have abandoned the line-up technique.
It's over the top of everybody. It's fell to Dan Burn on the edge of the box, who tries to head it clear, but he only heads it to Odegaard, who again in his haste just plays it out to Lewis Skelly. Arsenal retain the ball though. Martinelli is a bit more central this time. Odegaard down to Saka on this right-hand touch line. Plays it again inside, but a really poor play again from Ben White. And Tonali picks it up off him really easily. I thought there was a referee. I thought played on there.
Yeah, well, he did, and then
Tonali picked the ball up.
well, no, but then he pulled him back again.
Yeah,
I thought that should have been a yellow card, because Tonali had got the ball, cleared him through,
and he'd passed him, hadn't he?
Go on,
Botman. Oh, great ball!
Great ball. Go on now, come
on, Tino. Go on, Tino. Oh, Tino was again indecisive. He got himself into a great position.
Tonali's there, though. Tonali's there.
Tonali into Wilson. Barnes, charged down this time by Harvey Barnes' shot. Again, you see Harvey Barnes in that 10 role. Don't have caused problems because he can hit a ball both left and right footed. So again, if you give him the opportunity to have a go, he will definitely go for it. Bruno now just keeping hold of the ball. Faced up by Rice. Just questioning the lads in front of him because there wasn't a great deal of movement. Harvey Barnes again on the inside right position. Does a 180. Gives it back to Bruno. Bruno just looking to play simple. Plays the ball inside to Jacob Murphy, but that was easily read by Skelly. So Arsenal again just give the ball Trossard to, I think that's Rice down that left-hand side. Rice just being held up by Tonali. Comes inside. Party now, just on the inside of Newcastle half. Odegaard. First look up for Odegaard is Saka. Saka's been watched by both Burn and Gordon. Can't get past them two. And Tino now just walks out with it. Again, no challenge from the Arsenal players. They're just allowing Newcastle forward. Great spot there from Bruno to see Murphy just down that right-hand side. Inside to Harvey Barnes, who again runs more diagonal. Good inside ball. Wilson just held up the ball too long there for me, but there wasn't any other players for him to pass the ball to.
And there was three around him, wasn't there?
Yeah. I mean, Harvey Barnes runs past him, but there was nobody else to run with him, so he could just give and go, which was a shame, really, because they were really central, positive position there. Raya again goes long, looking for Saka, who's gone central, but again, being marshalled by Dan Burn, not getting any joy down that line. Botman to Shaw.
I'm trying to think who went 0-0. I think it was Jamie, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah. Bruno now. Feeds the ball out to Jacob Murphy. Murphy looks up, sees a run from Wilson, but again, just slightly overhit that to Wilson into the arms of Raya, who feeds in Saliba. Partey. Partey square ball there to Saliba wasn't great. Being pressed all the way there. Saka from Burn. He gets the foul. The long legs of Burn was not going to allow Saka to turn there. Saliba.
PDK, I'm disappointed with you. I've just noticed, which was before kick-off. He obviously saw the lineup and changed from 2-1-2 to 2-1 Arsenal.
Oh, really? Well, it certainly looks like the tune is definitely on top. Just need a little bit more in front of goal at the minute. Again, great watch from Fabian Shaw there. Cut that ball out. Throw into Arsenal. Long ball. Lewis Skelly there. Again, he's being challenged by Newcastle players and looking for the foul, but they're not going to get that. A little bit of a view from Mad Dog and Eddie Howe there, just having a discussion. You see Jason Tyndall there just saying to Eddie, need to start pulling them on this side. You see him. Had a lot of space on that right-hand side with Jacob Murphy if we're going to utilise it. What happened there? Wilson just seemed to fall over. The ball down the line wasn't very good, though, to be fair, for him to head that. It was over the top of him. Party now, central. Again, faced by this black and white wall. Out to Saka from Ben White. Back to Ben White. Again, not a lot going on for Arsenal up top. So they've had to come back. And again, it's that pendulum movement. Ball over the top. But that's too easy from Kiwi or for Martinelli. Straight into Pope's hands. Jacob Murphy now. Faced up by Rice. Murphy's just waiting for players in front of him to do something. Ball over the top for... Well, again, it's just a poor decision again for me, that one.
It was well meant, but it just overhit slightly.
Yeah, but he could have come inside, and that's what I said. You got Tonali and Bruno there. They were running line with him. Could have done a bit better. Ball into the box now. Again, bullied off the ball there from Harvey Barnes. Up to Bruno.
Well done.
Bruno now. It's 2-on-2 if he goes early. Bruno's just delayed it a little bit, and then he dinks a ball into the corner. I don't know what he was doing there, Bruno. I mean, there was 2-on-2. He's just got to drive at them. He's just got to run at them. But he held the ball up on the halfway line, and then the opportunity was gone. Is that Kluivert?
I don't think it is.
His face rings a bell. It's not Quasimodo, by the way.
Is he not the new Arsenal?
I'm sure somebody
head of football.
I don't know. I mean, he'd got an Arsenal shirt. It looked like he'd got a Crystal Palace scarf on, to be fair. I'm saying he's at the wrong ground. Oh, Pat Rice has done well there. Martinelli now just running down that left-hand side. But again, Fabian Schär and Botman just taking it just a bit too much. And he's trying to get one going there, Martinelli, thinking he was going to get a corner for that one. But once Schär had got his body in front of that ball and body, he was never going to give that away. 44 minutes gone, 0-0.
XG in the first half is 0.37 to Arsenal and 1.2 to Newcastle. Now, that's worrying when you've got an XG of 1.2 and you haven't scored.
Yeah, I mean, it is. But, I mean, there's not been much off target.
One big chance.
Yeah, I mean, Ray has saved two good saves.
We've had 10 shots we've had, believe it or not.
Yeah.
5 goalkeeper saves to our 2.
Yeah, that's why I said it. The keepers have really done well, to be fair. Skelly gets muscled out, but he gets a free kick there. Leave him. Ben White. Trossard out to Skelly. Skelly on that left-hand side. Plays it into Martinelli. And that's it. Half-time. Ladies and gents. And it's been an interesting half, if I'm honest. I thought it was very, very entertaining, even though it's 0-0. Your thoughts, my friend?
I'm disappointed. That we haven't...
we haven't got in the lead.
It's down to Ria, basically. That's the top and bottom of it. Five saves. 3 of them from inside the box. 4 of them from inside the box.
I'm going to say, yeah.
But on that, right, on our new thing, the Harvey Barnes watch.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 involvements. 2 of which have been outstanding. 2 of which have been very good. 7 of which has been excellent. And only 2 marginally critical, not critical, that's the wrong word, involvements that you could say you could have done better. And again, it's been quite harsh because the one in the 27th minute when when Wilson backheeled the ball into his path.
Yeah.
And he didn't get the shot off, but he was closed down almost immediately. So to criticise him, well, that was harsh. It was good defending. And then in the 44th minute there, when he completely missed his tackle in midfield, apart from that, he's been excellent. Absolutely excellent.
Yeah, okay. Then we're going to change it for the second half. I want you to watch Gordon now.
Right.
Because, like I say, I think he's been quite disappointing. Let's see what type of average Gordon gets. He looks half the he looks half the player.
Well, I'm just wondering whether it might not be worth switching them.
Well, you want to see Harvey Barnes? I agree with what Rugby's you're saying. Barnes is causing them far too much trouble centrally because he's playing in the half spaces. Yeah. And what you get then is, you, as a defender, you don't know whether to go or stay. I mean, like I say, we know Wilson isn't the quickest, but when Wilson drops deep, you've got the pace of Gordon that can run into the channels behind you. It's always in the back of your mind as a defender, of how far forward you can get.
The one thing I will say about Gordon is that he's doing what Gordon does.
Absolutely.
He picks the ball up in his own half and he runs with the ball. So he gets you clear of trouble, and he does that probably better than anybody, really. Although, having said that, Murphy has had another good game, playing in what you might term an unfamiliar wing back role. He's letting nobody do. Listen, I'm happy with the performance. I'm just unhappy with the.
We should have got in 1-0 at least.
We should have been up. We should have been up.
We should have been up,
and that's always a worry.
It is, because like I said, they're only going to give you so many opportunities. But again, when you look at it. I mean, rugby analysts there look good so far with this 3-4-3. I don't think it is a 3-4-3. I think they're allowing us to play this 3-4-3 because what they're trying to do, they're trying to suck us forward with the wing backs to allow the runners down the wing. And what's been most evident in this first half is that the ability to pass a ball from some of the Arsenal players, Raya especially, absolutely awful. With some of his passing, but I mean, some of his saves have been outstanding. And like I say, it's like watching Nick Pope play for the opposition. And to be fair, you've got to give credit where credit's due. As much as we've moved this 3-4-3 system forward, they've allowed us to play there. Their workings behind it is obviously to draw us forward and then ping the balls. But I must admit, our back three look absolutely fantastic with Bruno and Tonali in front of them. I think, Tonali just sits. He's such a clever player, allows Burns to go on.
I'm just watching that Harvey Barnes run again.
Yeah.
On
the replays.
On 15 minutes when he carried the ball, he picked the ball up, carried it for. And it got the it got the deflection. And then the brilliant save from Raya, because that was superb. That
it was phenomenal. It's a phenomenal play, if I'm honest with you. But
I tell you what I'm doing now.
You're opening a dog.
Just purely for the 4-1, I'm going for the rescue dog.
I mean, like I said, I honestly believe we've been the better team.
I'm also going to the little boys' room.
Yeah, good lad. I'm going to be joining. Not you, but I'm going to go myself in a minute. Again, I don't know about you guys, but for me, that has been an entertaining first half. And even though it's a 0-0, and people say you don't get entertaining 0-0s. Well, that was one. I thought the lads look organised. I thought they drilled really well. And like I say, as much as you can see what we're trying to do and how we're trying to develop the game, they've been very, very lucky and very fortunate to go into half time with a draw at 0-0. And I'm saying Arsenal because Arsenal have looked very, very ordinary, and I think it's well managed. And again, as a coach, when you put a formation out there, you can only relay the information. These guys are watching individual players. They'll get their analysis on each individual opposition player. And I mean, that reaction save, I've just watched again, and I think it was from Party's head. How Pope got his arm to that, I'll never know. It was an absolutely incredible, because, like I say, it's now more than 4 yards out, and it comes at him at some right pace. So amazing reaction save that, to be fair. But going back to what I was saying, I honestly think the way we are set up now, this should be our formation every match. And I say that not with tongue in cheek or anything like that. It's a formation that keeps us solid. You've got the work on the right hand side from when Murphy goes forward, Shaw goes out to the right hand side, Byrne comes out to the left hand side, and you've got a Botman that secures that middle. So if any opposition team want to play down the channels, you've got to cut out straight away. We've marshalled it. There's been a couple of times where we've looked a little bit half done, if you like, just by the skill of the opposition player. Not very often, and it never looked like they were going to get anything from it. And this, to me, is one of those games where you look at, it's going to be a crazy goal, like a deflection or something like that, that's going to get a decision one way or the other here. It's two heavyweights knocking at the door. One's throwing a punch, the other one's throwing a punch, and it's going to be last man standing. But I really do like this tactic. Callum Wilson, I think he's done a really good job in the first half. He's hassled, he's worked the line very well. Only problem for me, apart from the one time I can remember, and please, if anybody else can correct me, he doesn't run the line like Isak a lot of the time. He doesn't work left to right. He's very much the parallel man on the train tracks, very central figured.
Well, he did pull over to the left hand side.
Well, that's what I just said. He's done it the one time, and then you've got to have people moving centrally. What I love about Harvey Barnes' position is you get a player that becomes that central player.
He's there.
Yeah, exactly. So, like Isak, when Isak goes left to right, Barnes will always hit that central area. Anthony Gordon stays wide. He doesn't, with Barnes in the side. Again, that's obviously a tactic that Eddie Howe's looked at. And I think, in actual fact, rather than Tino being the inside left position, which he does at the minute, I'd like to see Tino more of a left winger to allow Gordon to play more of that inside left position. Because when you get the two of them running at defenders, and I'm talking about Harvey Barnes and Gordon now, you're going to get them really worried about who's going to pick up who. And that's when you start splitting the centre halves. The full-backs don't know whether to tuck in or stay out wide because you've got your runners from both Murphy and Tino. So your two lads play inside. You've got pace, you've got skill, you've got somebody who can use 2 feet. You've got, again, Mr. Muscleman through the middle. So if I was going to critique one or two things, one, I think Gordon's been left too far out on that left-hand side, and we've utilised the wrong player in the wrong space to attack. Tino's had a couple of really good chances to exploit the space that's been given to us by Arsenal. And if it was me, again, Wilson, a little bit too railroady for me. But that's only my views.
To be fair, there was the one big chance that we created, one of the big chances we created, was when Gordon carried the ball down the right. Tino made the overlap, and Gordon decided instead to knock the first ball. He just got it into the middle because he knew Callum was there, and they were kind of a bit lucky to get away with that one.
Mm.
Whereas had he, instead of being hell-bent on doing that, which I think may be instructions, by the way, get the ball into Callum, because there's been quite a few balls hit into him today. Not all of them good balls, obviously. But had he took that second, Tino had made the overlap, and that would have been the better ball. But Gordon, to be fair, he ran with the ball all the way, and he got there, and he put a good ball in.
Oh,
so,
yeah. I mean,
so
like I said,
it swings and roundabouts,
It absolutely is. And, I've just seen, the beauty of it is Tino on that inside left position, as Rugby has just said there, it is causing them problems. The biggest problem is the half chances that you're getting is falling to the wrong guy. And that's what I'm saying. For me, it'd be nice just for playing the role that he was playing before Gordon, instead of staying out wide. And again, what that does is, with his pace, it does worry Ben White. You can see that. He's giving him 5 yards, and it's when the ball's travelling to feet, Ben White's closing him down and actually pushing straight through him, not allowing Gordon to turn. And that's why I said, to me, there's probably sometimes with Tino running past him, the ball's going back to Dan Burn, and then Dan Burn is having to wait for that spin from Gordon to get the ball into them areas. And unfortunately, if Tino's gone past him, them spaces aren't there anymore because Tino's already the advanced player. So it's worked to a degree, but I think with a small tweak, it could have been so much better in that first half. I am going to go to the little boys' room, by the way.
Yeah, right. Because I was just about to say,
I'm going to say big boy room.
Ooh,
That's just me belly.
Listen to him. More than a handful to waste, I always say. But anyway, that's by the by. No, what I was going to say was in the first half there was one occasion when Murphy did ever so well, made the tackle up the right-hand side, and I thought he beat the first player. I thought he was away, and Trossard did fantastic and outpaced him to just pure pace. Trossard did really well to counter Murphy, because Murphy was on the run then, and he would have done that would have been a brilliant opportunity for us. Overall, first off, I'm quite happy with what we're seeing here. Quite happy. As I said at the start, I was never. Obviously, I would have probably felt better if Isak had been starting. But the way he's been playing lately, yeah. What's this? Humble slut. Y'all won't get Champions League. Keep dreaming. Oil money ain't doing shit these days. Well, welcome, humble slut. But you're wrong on all 3 counts. G's saying we need to stop looking for fouls. I don't know that we're specifically looking for fouls. Bruno on one occasion, and that's just his way. Humble slot. What's this? I love to see a troller in the chat. Steal 3 points. Then what? Get in the Champions League. Bottled hard in the group stage and struggle. I think we're going to mack him in the chat. Humble slot. What's V for Vendetta? I think Wilson is a bit of a passenger. Disappointed not to see us through last night. Well, there's a lot of people in that front, but to be fair, V, you've generally got something negative to say.
Is that Calafiori on?
Yeah. Oh, and is Murphy coming up?
No idea.
I saw Murphy standing by the.
Yeah, I think he was just having a chat with the boss.
the board.
if I'm honest with you. Yeah, it looks like there's been a change for Arsenal with Calafiori coming on. I'm not sure who he's come on for, to be fair. I'm sure I can see Skelly. Looks like he's come on for Saliba. I can't see Saliba. I can see Cowie or is it Ben White? I think no, Ben White's still on there. They've certainly obviously bought Calafiori on to secure up that back line because we've been getting through them very easily. Shaw now down the line. Calafiori's first touch. Plays it inside to Kiwior.
Yeah, Saliba's off.
Saliba. Yeah, it did. I thought I couldn't see Saliba. Oh, it's not great news for them. I think he's probably their best centre off.
Well, I think it's good news for us.
It's great news for Newcastle, yeah. Saka now into Odegaard. Back to Saka. It's on that right-hand side. Again, just Arsenal just sitting off a little bit. Again, just a 5-4-1 working its magic in front of them, just in 5 yards or so inside the 18-yard box. Again, just keeping that line nice and tight. Saka now. A little bit of a run inside, but again, big Dan Burns' legs. Gets that out for another corner. Ben White tried to done the overlap there. He got past Tino, but he wasn't going to get past Dan Burn.
You'll never ever be Dan Burn.
Where's he from?
He's from Blythe.
And what you're not going to do?
You'll never ever be Dan Burn.
There you go. You want to get this on NUFC Talk TV, you know.
What's that?
Saka now with the in-swinger. Mentality.
No, shorty.
Shorty?
Short corner.
Yeah.
You said with the in-swinger.
Yeah, he was going to do the in-swinger, but he wasn't. Again, Raya this time.
Raya nearly
the
on
sunshine.
the halfway lane.
Yeah, plays it out towards Botman. Won in by Calafiori, though. Trossard now, looking to...
Goes off the back of Barnes' head, doesn't it?
Yeah, inside.
I'm not looking at Barnes now, I'm looking at Gordon.
You are.
Oh, nice
Calafiori
little,
with a little bit of a little touch there, give and go. To Calafiori. Well, back to Lewis.
What, nice.
I say they've come out with some intent, Arsenal, with his second half, the start of his second half. Trossard.
Oh, too much space there.
Calafiori down on this left-hand side now. Trossard dinks the ball out towards Saka, but it's headed clear by Tino. God blimey, the contrast now is really bad. I can't see a thing. Bruno now runs it out and he gets a bit of a tap on the heel from Saka. Now fell. Calafiori. Oh, I thought he'd overrun that to Tonali. Yeah. Skelly out to Trossard. Drills the ball in towards Rice, who's quite flat-footed at the minute, Rice, I must admit. He's not very free in his movement. Calafiori again. Into Kiwior. Calafiori. Calafiori's gone to this left centre-back, onto his natural left foot. Just giving them something extra when they're going forward, Calafiori. Saka now on that right-hand side.
He is.
Little give and go for Odegaard and Ben White. Saka into the box, to the back stick. Martinelli plays it central, but it's cleared by Fabian Schär. Yeah. It's very difficult for the players. It's difficult for the players. Trust me, it's difficult for us because now the sun, you've got half of the stadium in shade and half of it in bright sunshine. So when it goes out in the sunshine,
the camera works. It takes its way.
Yeah, I always think that's really difficult with St James's Park, you know, when you're watching a game on the telly, because you get that cantilever with a clear glass, and when the sun comes through it, it's a bit of a hoof from Jacob Murphy there for a throw-in. Partey, Calafiori, Partey again, bit of space to run into. Skelly, down to Trossard. Trossard Plays it into Skelly, who has a shot, but again blocked out for a corner from Sharp. Skelly had the turn there. They've certainly started well, Arsenal, in this second half.
Started very well. They have started worryingly well.
Yeah. They've certainly come out the blocks a little bit quicker than we have.
I was actually thinking that Saliba going off might have been beneficial to us.
Rice now with a corner.
They're away with our runs now.
Yeah, going back to the old school stuff.
Old school
Bit of head tennis.
Oh!
Go on, get that challenge in. It's froze just into the hands of Pope. Luckily, I'm just going to have a quick look at what happened there.
Yeah.
It was looped in the air by Botman's head, who got the deflection on it. Bit of overhead bicycle kick.
And then Cher again.
Yeah.
That's two good headers by Cher there.
Yeah. Murphy just trying to get the ball down the line to get some movement forward.
Trying to get it straight up to Wilson, who was on the move.
Yeah, and Harvey Barnes. That's what I said. Harvey Barnes on that half channel.
And blocked.
Murphy leaving the ball for Shaw to throw. Tonali. Shaw just gets it central, but again, just clears the lines, but straight back to Arsenal.
Hitting who up, but Wilson's there chasing.
Yeah. Saka comes into his own half to get the ball. He's closed down by Tino. Plays a nice little ball inside, though, for Ben White. Luckily there, because Odegaard had seen the run.
Well
done, Tino. Yeah. Just seeing that out for a throw into Newcastle. Tino's definitely not leaving the ball for Dan Burn to throw in.
No, not in your own half.
Into Botman. Given to Burn. Popey now. Just gets a couple of touches on the ball and then goes long. Looking for Callum Wilson, but again, not a chance on that one. Easily picked up by Arsenal. Martinelli now on this left-hand side. There's lots of movement from Arsenal with Martinelli going central and Trossard
going backwards.
coming out
That's
left.
what we want to see.
Yeah. Fabian Schär had travelled all the way with Martinelli. Referee again lets the game continue. Bruno looks for the ball over the top for Tino and Gordon to run onto, but Ben White is seeing that one out. Has he seen it out?
He's not.
No, he's not. Anthony Gordon now central. Oh, that's a bad ball, Anthony. Too easy. Botman down, gets sucked in, son.
Well, I'm gonna make a note of that one.
Back to Trossard, who gets a little touch off the toe of Tonali, out for a Arsenal throw on. Again, not dillying on the ball, straight in. Party now. Moving the ball out to Ben White, and he's gone down to Saka on that right-hand side. Again, shepherded by both Gordon and Tino. Back to Ben White, Odegaard. Corner of the penalty box now. Trying to get a lot more movement in and around the box now. Oh, well done, Bruno. Bruno sees the problem and just runs out with the ball.
Oh, nicely.
Little ball up the line towards Murphy. Murphy goes central for Wilson to run onto.
He knows who he's...
Just hasn't got the pace, has he, the Wilson? Not for them type of balls.
Well, I'm not sure that's the case. It was just, he was never favourite to get that anyway.
No. I mean,
the point was that Murphy, stretching like hell to get that ball, knew that if he boots it in, there's a chat, albeit half a chance. He has
Gordon again. What's he doing, lad? Ball into Rice, who shoots, goal. All from Anthony Gordon.
Yeah.
Anthony Gordon's mistake, and literally what he did was we'd all moved forward because Anthony Gordon had got the ball. He comes inside, really poor touch, heavy, gives the ball back to Arsenal. And then what they do is they move the ball really quickly, centrally for Rice. He just runs onto it, hits it beautifully, to be fair. And it's hard and low to the right hand post of Pope, and he got no chance of that one. To be fair, really struck well. And that was me saying that Royce had done very little. Again, Anthony Gordon had got loads of time. He brings it inside. His touch away from Odegaard gives it straight back to Saka. Saka gives it to Odegaard, and Odegaard just plays it central. And like I say, it's right on the plate for along the floor for Royce to hit it first time. And I mean, to be fair, he controls that shot really well.
Well, that's all we need's for. How are we then, lads?
Yeah, come on. Let's have it now. I mean, to be fair, Arsenal had set up quite nicely in the first 10 minutes of the second half. They'd done really well.
I was going to say, do you think any of that? Well, to be fair, that build-up was nothing to do with but they have looked better.
They have
since Calafiori came on. They've looked much better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now then, is Eddie going to do anything about it now?
Well, hopefully Eddie does a lot about it. But I mean,
and what would you suggest? If you were Eddie, what would you do now?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't make any changes. I mean, there's no point in making changes. But what you've got to start doing now is building again. You know, you've got to go back to what we were doing before, previous. And that's the big problem for me. We started this second half really, really slowly. And I hope we can just crack on with it now and move forward. So, you know, I'd give it another 10 minutes. And like I say, I'd be looking to get some pace up front.
You'd go to 65, 70 instead of...
Well, you've got to allow the lads that performed so well in the first half to go and do it again. And like I said, at this present moment in time, that they've not really produced anything yet. Oh, Trossard again, just being tricky. He's won the ball back down this right-hand side. He's dinked the ball again to the edge of the area. Seems to be lots of red shirts there, but again, nice and easy into Pope, who throws it out really quickly for Anthony Gordon now. Anthony Gordon on his own, really up on that left-hand side, just delaying and waiting for people to come in. Anthony Gordon plays the ball into the box again because he was so quick. And this is the problem with Anthony Gordon. He did really well, but he's on his own far too much. And then you can only delay so long. Well done, Jacob Murphy, unlucky son. Martinelli just manages to get that one back. Again, just keeping Arsenal pinned in. Arsenal 1, Newcastle 0. Trossard again, just waiting down this left-hand side. Skelly goes long. Easy for Botman, up to Shaw. Again, you don't wait for the referee to make a decision. Just get on with it, Shaw. Skelly inside to Partey. Arsenal, unfortunately, look a little bit more in control in this second half.
They certainly do.
Out to Saka. Seems to have a little bit more room to play with now. Saka again comes into that angle. Gets a shot off, but again it's blocked by Botman, who's gone down. He caught that one full in the head, in the forehead from Saka. It knocks him off his feet, that one.
Wow.
Oh, he's calling somebody back, Eddie out. I don't know who he's calling. He's calling all the lads back. Asula, who's... Kraft. So, yeah, Crafty looks like he's getting changed, yeah.
I think that's going to be for Botman.
He's got to put more of an offensive player on now. He's not really Kraft, is it?
Well, I think definitely Kraft's going on. He's taking his top off.
Yeah.
And I think it may be because Botman getting that ball in the face.
Skelly now on the edge of the box, plays it to Calafiori. Calafiori with a bit of a dodgy ball, but Partey gets a bit of luck on that one. Referee has given it, I'm going to say. Oh, careful. Tonali arguing with the ref there. Thomas Partey.
I have heard about the new rules. Asula's coming on.
Asula's coming on. And Miley. Kraft, Miley and Asula.
This is... you see, what I said was goal down. They've put Calafiori on. Saliba's not there anymore. What are you going to do about it? And
All over the top again.
This to me is okay. You can argue it's still being reactive because he's doing it because we've gone a goal down. But well done.
Well done, Bruno.
Oh man,
get it right straight back there, hadn't he?
Just
again,
get it
long
over.
ball down the top to Martinelli. There's a bit of a chance here if
Oh,
they
he has Saka
play it well.
one-on-one with
Saka
Burn.
one-on-one with Burn. Tino's got back well.
Tino's done
well done. Yeah, held him up a little bit there.
Tino's done well to get back there. Make it not one-on-one after all.
Arteta, get off the pitch. What's happened to the fourth official, man? Botman. Plays it along the floor to Bruno. Gives it in back. Botman now. Again, not really pressured by any red shirts. Bruno. Goes square to Shaw.
No, first time. Oh, good ball.
Shaw goes right to left on that diagonal. Out to Gordon, who's still hugging that left-hand touchline. Again, trying to face Ben White. We get the corner.
Yeah, and again.
Come on.
Good cross. Gets a corner.
Who's going to take this one? Looks like Gordon's taking it.
Come on, Callum.
Come on now.
Get your
Let's
50, son.
Let's get a head on this. Gordon now. Plays short. Tonali. Back into Gordon. Gordon runs again. It's just blocked quite easily from Saka. Ball into the box. Oh, Dan Burn there at the near post. But again, it gets cleared from Arsenal. Out to Bruno. Bruno now.
Outstanding from Tonali, that.
Yeah, really good ball. Murphy just has the ball under his feet a little bit. Out to Fabian Shaw. Shaw now just brings it inside. He's just allowing movement in front of him. Botman. Tino. Tonali goes onto the left-hand side. He gives it to Tonali. Just some nice movement now. Tonali knocks the ball in towards Dan Burn. Dan Burn with a little flick to Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes has just nudged the party in the back, and it's a free kick.
And he still missed it.
Yeah, I mean, he gets 5 points for it in the bar.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Triple sub.
Jacob Wilson, I think. Murphy's off, yeah. He's not really done that much, to be fair. He's done his work, but now we need to.
Yeah, he certainly hasn't been bad, but
yeah, Wilson's off.
Yeah, you had your chance.
And Botman. Yeah, there you go. Botman's had his hour, so they've gone a little bit heavier in midfield and a bit quicker up top. So they've gone to a flat 4 now. Let's see what happens. This could be a bust, though, this one. So let's just see what happens from here. We need to start pushing on.
Shit a bust.
4-3-3 now we need to beat. Look at Asula. Asula's it's down for a free kick, and Asula thinks he's thrown it out. Oh, referee, yeah. Kraft and Martinelli. What is that, Martinelli or Kraft?
I think it's Kraft. It's got the.
Oh, now Martinelli again. He doesn't.
No, I think it's.
He doesn't.
It's Kraft. It's got the yellow.
But he's just said to. He's just said to Martinelli there and there, so I wonder whether Martinelli got it.
That was fair enough, to be fair, because
it was. Yeah.
Martinelli had got past him and he grabbed his shoulder.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not saying he wasn't, but it just seemed as though when he was saying to Martinelli, he was there and there. So I just didn't know whether Martinelli had got it as well. Odegaard with his free kick now. Going to try and whip one in.
Oh,
Again,
this is the old lane.
Yeah, training ground stuff where they all come from offside to on. Ball down the line from Tino to Gordon. Gordon now plays Bruno with a beautiful ball. If he can get to it, he can. He blaze it in towards Asula. Asula tries to get on the hold of it, but again, Kiwior just gets a foot on it and he manages to get it back to Raya, who stops the corner. Again, great movement coming from that midfield, really pushing on. And good ball inside as well. But Asula, unfortunately, was running parallel rather than diagonal, and then he had to change direction. And by the time he did that, the ball had gone. The chance had gone.
Surely that...
Oh, come on then, referee. You've been questioning it.
What? How was Real allowed to pick that ball up?
Well, it's not classed as a back pass, a deliberate back pass, because the ball was just deflected back, wasn't it? It was intercepted.
Yeah, but it was...
I mean, you could question it. Tonali now.
It wasn't so...
Back to Dan Burn. Pope. Burn. Out to...
Gordon.
It was Tino, and sorry, in the sunshine, it looks a little bit bad. And then Burn drives it down the line, tries to get it onto onto Asula's head, but it's not going to go anywhere. That Raya not going to get much of a time to get that ball clear again. Go very, very long. Miley, Tonali, back to Pope. So Miley's come onto this right-hand side now with Tonali dropping into that deeper 6 role. Bruno playing in the left channel. Burn.
Just out of it, that's noticeable, that, you know, that's twice when they've chosen to pass the ball back to Pope.
Yeah. Ball from... Rice now down this left-hand side. Trying to double up down this left-hand side a little bit with Martinelli this time. Kraft gets the interception. Lewis Skelly with a throw in. And again, Arsenal just slowing the game completely down now. Rice. Face with Miley. Well done, Miley. Just gets a toe on it. Throw into Arsenal. Rice looks all over the shop at the minute. He's gasping for air. I don't think he's going to be on for much longer, to be fair.
Well, he's done his job, hasn't he?
He certainly has. Odegaard. Skelly. Back to... sorry, not Odegaard. Trossard. Oh, a little heel to Skelly, back to Trossard. Back to Calafiore, then Kiwior. Kiwior all the way back to Raya, who goes long again, trying to isolate Kraft, but Kraft gets his head to it, and 2 players coming for the same ball, but so do we. Oh, he's all over the shop at the minute. Just need to get a shape again. A bit of room for Ben White to have a go. Oh, Jesus. That wasn't far away. Ben White toe pokes that from about 20 yards and it flashes past the post of Nick Pope's right hand. Phew, I thought that was going to go nestling into the bottom of the net there. Coming up to 70 minutes gone, and it's Arsenal 1, Newcastle 0. Pope goes long again. Yeah, Asula just getting involved there. But again, it's just too easy for Arsenal at the minute. Every ball that goes over the top of them, it's going straight to a red shirt. Partey just gets it clear down towards Saka. Ben White now just drills the ball against Gordon, and it's out for a throw-in. Ben White, well done, Tino. Just trying to play in Saka down the line, but Tino saw it. Burn into Tonali. Bruno now.
Yeah, no, come on.
Murphy, Miley. Back to Bruno. Come on, lads.
Good
We've got
ball.
some movement. Tino now.
And
down
good
that left-hand side.
Now
Gordon.
that's it. Come on, Gordon.
Gordon now running against Ben White. Gordon goes to the line. Looking to get the ball into the box. Cleared this time. Again, back to Gordon. Oh, gives it straight away back to Ben White, though.
He could have passed it there.
Yeah, just give it to Tino. Now there's a ball over the top that's going to run all the way to Popey, who's again sweeping that left-hand channel. Halfway line now with Tino. Bruno now going outside on that left-hand side. Tino overlaps. Gordon's a bit flat-footed, to be fair. He's not...
Bruno had taken his place, hadn't he?
Yeah, but you look at Gordon, he's not making any inroads into that box or to try and commit players out. He looks like he's knackered, to be fair. Shaw and Tonali just giving it 1-2s in the centre. Burn plays the ball diagonally for Gordon, but that's far too much on that one. And Gordon chases a lost cause.
We've got 20 minutes to get 4
We've gone
goals.
stale though, mate, haven't we?
Come on, no, we've gone very stale at the minute.
We've certainly not come out with the same head as we went in at half time. It seems as if we'd come out a little bit off pace, and we are suffering a little bit now. Header from Kraft, it goes straight to Saka, but Tino tries to get back. Saka tries to run through 3 or 4 bodies, and Fabian Shaw just pulls that one into, just allows Pope to come and collect. Crazy ball. Gordon now again back to goal, gets challenged, but by Kiwior. He goes to ground far too easy for me, Gordon. Bruno looking for some movement over the top. Lovely ball out to Harvey Barnes if he can get to it. Skids off the ball, holds up a little bit. Harvey Barnes, well done, son. Out on this right hand side, faced up by Skelly, gives it to Miley. Miley now comes back and just tries to check his run. Plays it back inside to Harvey Barnes.
Well done. That's what I love.
Kraft.
That's the one thing I love about Miley. First touch.
Harvey Barnes now. There's a ball into the box, but it's closed. It's charged down.
Oh, lucky.
Fallen straight back to Arsenal, who plays it out to Martinelli on this left-hand side. He plays it inside to Trossard. Trossard tries to get Rice down the left-hand side, but poor ball, to be fair, from Trossard. Yeah, Rice is seems as if he's running on fresh now. Gordon down that left-hand side, running at Ben White again. Is he going to go down the line, or is he going to play Tino in? And again, it's Kiwior. Oh, no, it is Kiwior, sorry. That gets the block on.
No, but he did. That was okay.
Yeah, Bruno had made a good run to that near post. And Dan Burney's just having a word with Kraft. He was, yeah, very good run.
And picked out nicely and good defender.
Tonali now with this corner. What are they going to do this time?
Where's Big Dan?
Driven into the front post, but it's headed clear. Tino and Kraft sitting deep. Don't make any mistakes there. And Tino plays it back to Pope, who again decides just to dink it up towards Dan Burn. Skelly beats him this time. That was a good jump from Skelly, to be fair. Miley now. Tonali.
But I think Dan won it, but go on.
Go on, Bruno. Bruno central. Gives it to Harvey Barnes. Oh, just leaning backwards. Really nice play from Asula. He gives it the 1-2. And Harvey Barnes was just trying to shape it into the right-hand corner. But he was falling backwards at the time. And he just gets the sand wedge out, unfortunately. I thought Bruno was going to have a go. Unfortunately, it's just not going to be.
To be fair to Bruno, he saw Barnes in a better position.
Yeah, and it's on his better foot, to be fair.
And he put it on a plate for him. Oh, he has Havertz coming on, Martinelli off.
No, I think it's Saka who's coming off. Yeah, it is. Havertz for Saka.
Oh.
Which is strange.
I just saw Martinelli.
Well, he's running over to get some instructions.
By the way, Saka's done.
He's done bugger all, to be fair.
Yeah.
We've had him in the pocket.
Willock's come on. Willock coming on as well.
Willock's coming on. Who's that's got to be for Gordon, because Gordon's knackered. It's got to be for Anthony Gordon. I'll be well surprised if it ain't for Gordon, because, like I say, he's done.
Willock back at Arsenal.
Oh, Harvey Barnes. I'm surprised. I am so surprised. Wow.
Me too.
Unless he's
no, he doesn't look very. He's not a happy bunny. He's not a happy Barney.
Well, to be fair, I think he's played really well.
He has played really well.
I'm surprised at that. I thought Gordon was your obvious one, because Willock, it's like for like, isn't it? Down on that left-hand channel. You could put...
out of the two, because obviously I'm on Gordon watch now. And...
Oh, there's a chance.
Oh, well done.
They're saying it was a back pass there, but it wasn't, because it was deflected twice, so can't be a back pass off a deflection.
Still well played, BDB.
Shaw now. Again, just trying to get some movement from the black and white shirts in front of him. Oh, come on, you're giving yourself a problem. Nice little triangle from
and another one.
the lads on the halfway line now with Bruno. Bruno. Yeah, back to Miley.
Straight away, Miley. First time, every time.
Gets the ball into the box. But it's again just picked.
Yeah, well into Nolly.
Oh, Havertz has caused a rick there, because he's come through the back of Tonali, about 20 yards out.
We got the free kick there, I think.
Yeah, we have. Yeah. It was Havertz coming through the back of Tonali.
That was brilliant by Tonali getting in there.
The opportunity for Tonali to have a go himself, or do you think Fabian Schär? Yeah, Fabian Schär looks like he's put this one down. Could it be something from the training ground? 77 minutes gone, guys. I think this is the time where we need to get something back.
Now is the time to make things right.
Da, 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 da. It's definitely Fabian Schär. Tonali's walked away from it. Is it one of those blockbusters? Oh, dear. This is either going to be on target.
Or not.
Yeah.
Or off the chain.
Or it's going to be high. Here we go, Schär. He gets it into the wall.
Straight into the wall.
Yeah. He got some pace on it, but really no height. Oh, that's not very good clearance from Pope.
But well done.
Well done, Miley. Gets the flick on. To Bruno. And again, Crafty gets the head on up towards Big Dan Burn, who stayed high. Oh, Crafty plays it central, but there was nobody there. But it comes back to Tonali. Out to Asula, who's took up position on this right-hand side. Looks like Asula's now right wing. A great ball to the back stick. What's going on here? Everybody's asking for something here.
Couldn't quite.
They're all asking for something there.
Oh, we got the throw.
So it looks like Asula's come out to the right wing. Gordon's gone through the middle. And Willock's gone to the left-hand side. That's how I see it now. So Asula's come away from that central position out to this right-hand wing. I mean, to be fair, it might do us the world of good, that, to be fair. Oh, Willock, what are you doing, son? Go on, son. Go on. Oh. He's trying to turn a player 180 there, and he's not really got control of the ball. Oh, come on, ref. You can't give that not a foul on the back of Dan Burn anyway. Odegaard. Oh, he's going to give that though, won't he? Sure. Honest to God. Honest to God.
Burns telling them as well, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. And he
How
should
come-
tell him.
How come that's a foul and mine wasn't? Oh, yeah, he got away with that.
I don't know whether he has. Oh, he has. I thought because he looked at the ref and he was like,
I'm not sure if he
on.
actually did throw the ball at the player, but
Yeah, well, I mean,
that's what it looked like.
Yeah, he threw it towards him, but that's all you need, isn't it? These days. Arteta there, kicking the ball back on the field because Kraft had picked the ball up quickly. Yeah, thank you very much. You knew exactly what you were doing there, Arteta. You crafty little monkey.
Bastard, what you are.
That's going to be red throw, yep. Arsenal throw now. So, I mean, it's just... I mean, it just shows you there. Kraft had gone and picked the ball up from the side. The ball had come through to Arteta, who kicks it back on the field of play, and the referee gives him a yellow card. Any questions why? Odegaard now looks to go down that left-hand channel. Out to Trossard. Trossard does well to control it. Stood up by Kraft. Plays the ball centrally to Shaw to head out. Odegaard again. Just seem to be turning the screw, Arsenal, to be fair, mate.
I'm not so sure about that.
Ball up towards Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon and Kiwi and Calafiore.
It was
not really
hopeful ball.
Much of a tussle.
Yes. Well done.
Well done, Tonali.
Pressure.
Oh, was that Tonali? No, it was Tonali who was running after that ball. And then he said to the lads, come on. Because, like I say, at the minute, there's only one lad trying to close everything down.
Mainly again there, just first time. One touch.
One touch. Yeah.
I
mean, that's one thing he's good.
I love about him.
Yeah, he plays simple.
He's like Tonali. Again there.
Give and go there, look. Yeah. Out to Tonali. Out to Tino. Tino central. Oh! Clear to again. Picked up by Burn.
Yes, nice.
Tino again. Tino looks to feed Dan Burning on that left-hand side, who's playing a winger. Willock on the inside left position. Gives it back to Tino. Tino.
Right, back to Willock.
Willock's got a bit of space. He's into the box. Willock. He turns inside and he shoots.
It's hard lane.
Wild shot with his left foot, to be fair.
Well, the shot was poor, but everything else was excellent.
Was good. Yeah. But he turned Ben White inside out.
That was...
that needed to be either played back at the angle, or it needed to be across, as in across the keeper.
I don't mind anybody having a shot.
Yeah, if it's under control, he just never looked in control of it.
Yeah.
84th minute, still 1-0 to Arsenal.
So as it stands now, we've got 3 teams on 66 points in third place.
Yeah, it's going to be last game Twitters, isn't it?
And Man City with a game to play on 65.
Yeah.
So it's what I feared the most. Everything hinging on the Everton result. Well done, Tino.
Yeah, Tino playing hopscotch there with a few legs, Arsenal legs. Kraft back into Miley. Plenty of time for Miley to look up and try and play that forward pass, but he goes square this time to Dan Burn. Out on that left-hand side to Willock. Bruno goes to meet him. Gives it to Bruno. Back to Miley. Back square to Shaw. Shaw down the line to Asula. Asula now just running towards the penalty area. Shaw into the box. It's not really headed clear very well by Arsenal. Picked up again, a little bit of a give and go, but this time it's still not 100% clear.
Well done.
Bruno wins it back on that left-hand side. Willock. Oh, bad
Oh,
ball by
fuck
Willock.
off, Willock, man.
Tried to play in Miley, but it was
Well in, Miley.
far too hard. Miley wins the ball back. Tino now. Tino looking to go into the line,
Right,
but again, back to Miley. Deflection gives Newcastle a little bit more pressure. Tonali.
I thought he made
Out to Kraft. Kraft now. I thought he could have got a ball in there.
Crossed it there.
Yeah, exactly. Tonali back to Shaw. Shaw now whips the ball into the back stick, but there's a bit of a coming together there. Ben White falls over, and Martinelli just lets the ball carry, and out for a throw in.
It's a throw in though, not a goal. Kick. Come on, mark up.
It's going to be an interesting final day.
Oh, this was my worst nightmare.
It really is.
Needing to get through. We've got the goal difference, but needing to get 3 points off. I mean, the most Chelsea and Forest can get, obviously, is 1 point.
Yeah.
Well, the most both of them can get, is 1 point. Fucking hell, man.
Shaw just heads clear. What was that there? From Bruno.
This is.
The fuck was that from Bruno there? I mean, what was he trying to achieve with that?
This is.
Oh, look at the posse, the Arsenal posse.
Wow.
Who's coming on for Arsenal now? That's Tierney. I'm trying to shore up shop now. Arsenal. Put Tierney on, and they'll go 5 across the back. Trossard's down having a little bit of magic sponge treatment.
Well, Tierney's not a bad guy to bring on, I tell you.
No. He can play a bit of football.
I would have had him any day of the week over the years.
Well, we were linked with him, I don't know how many times. Looks like Trossard is coming off.
Well, this is Arteta shutting up shop, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It certainly is.
Wow.
It's going to be even more difficult now. Well, he's saying that, it means they're going a little bit more negative.
Come on, Bournemouth.
We had our opportunities in the first half, though, mate.
We did.
They've certainly dried up in the second half, which was always going to be the issue. You know, like I said, you know, you've got to take your chances when they come to you at the Emirates. Ben White now with a throw down the line. Ball headed by Byrne and cleared by Fabian Shaw. QEO's let that bounce. Oh, Anthony Gordon and Raya. Half a yard. Another half a yard. Calafiori's back. Header back was close. Not close enough. Raya drops the ball down to feet. Again, looks to go long. Shaw, Rice with the header. Odegaard and Bruno coming together there, but it's Willock out to Tino. Again, he's on his own there with Ben White. There's 3-on-1 there at one point. Back into Bruno. Again, Bruno gets pushed to the ground from Odegaard. Tonali saying, I'll have it. It's now or never, boys. You're not going to get many or more opportunities. Come on. Tonali into the box. Raya comes to meet it. Easy. And again, easy out to Martinelli. Martinelli's faced up with Tino and Tonali. Runs into the box. Has he got a chance of a shot? Really good block from Tino, to be fair. Good play from Arsenal. They've got out of their own danger area and literally pushed themselves into their corner. Good throw out from Raya. into the final minute. Just whatever time's added on now. Rice again, just taking his time. It's up to the referee now and the fourth official to give us the signal. 5 minutes.
All you guys in the chat, I've just put the link for the instant reaction in this chat, but obviously we won't be in there until a few minutes after.
Odegaard back to Rice.
After the final whistle. Good header.
What was that? Cleared from Newcastle up towards Gordon, but again, not going to get anywhere near Anthony Gordon, unfortunately. Ball down to Tierney, who couldn't control it. It's a throw into Newcastle. Why didn't the referee allow that to continue? Burn to Pope. Pope to Sharp. We ain't got time for this, lads. We've got to get it forward.
5 minutes we've got to.
We've already done a minute. Tonali out. That left-hand side to Tina. Again, all the red shirts are behind the ball. Tonali to Dan Burn.
One touch, come on.
Gives it to Miley again. Dan Burn.
Always will be by Miley.
Dan Burn. It's just far too easy for Arsenal at the minute, though, because they're just closing all the channels. Tino runs inside, plays it back to Dan Burn. Halfway line on this right-hand side with... Oh, it's a poor ball, to be fair. Oh, Ryan nearly made a crick of that. And Asula was on him. Oh, here we go. Here we go. He was nowhere near him. Absolutely. Asula was nowhere near Raya. Kiwi or having a bit of a go with Fabian Shaw there. I mean, that's shocking. I mean, it is absolutely awful. And this is what drives me insane. Arteta screams at the opposition when they do this. And yet, he's the biggest one for the time wasting. Jorginho has come on for Odegaard. .93rd minute. I don't know what he was doing there, to be fair. He certainly kept them in the game, though. Unreal. With watching some of the saves that he's made today. Right. Especially that one from Dan Burns' header. And then he managed to get his toe on it from the deflection. How much have you written down about Anthony Gordon?
I haven't written anything after 73 minutes.
There you go.
Since he went into the middle.
Yeah. Absolutely useless in the middle. Oh, hold on. What's going on here? Fabian Shaw now has got a bit of a smack in the face. David Raya's got a yellow card. Ooh, yeah, it was a bit of a flying arm there from Havertz. Last minute, guys. Palpy now. Goes long. Again, it's headed on by Tonali just falls over the ball, unfortunately. And the ball's given back to Newcastle. Gordon flicks it into the box. It's a scramble. Go on!
Oh! And
Didn't
on
quite,
the break,
couldn't get
on
quite
the
enough on
break,
it. Yeah, it's 2-on-1. Yeah, it's 2-on-1.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's going to say
Oh, it still is.
Martinelli again didn't get the right touch on it. Jorginho thought he was going to do it again. Oh, it's on the
Well
edge of the
played.
D. Well done, Tonali. Go, Bruno
How
on the halfway line now on this left-hand side.
Fabian
Willock
shares
kept
up centre
Gordon.
forward.
Yeah, Fabian shares there. Where you going, Gordon? Get it central. Oh, what you doing, lad? You get into some promising positions and then you go, we made to go back. Keep it going forward. Everybody's gone down the bloody halfway line. Ball come out to the back stick to Bruno. Bruno now comes back inside and he's gone down.
Off,
He's
man,
looking.
Bruno.
He's looking for the penalty there.
Not a chance.
To be fair, there was hardly any contact with him. Who's gone down with cramp now? Right on the edge of the box, he gets his fist to it.
Oh,
And it's
again,
cleared.
yeah.
Martinelli. Jorginho gives it into Martinelli.
Right, I think
Martinelli's just been stood up
done.
by Dan Burn. Dan Burn now down this left-hand side, marauding forward with them big long legs. Little touch out to Willock. Willock now dinks it in, but again, it's blocked by Ben White.
Nice.
Yeah, get the corner. Ricey there just saying to the referee, come on, it's time. Oh, Popey's come up for the corner. Come on, Popey. Get this head on. Arteta looks worried. We've got to have a delivery, though. That's the key here. Look at the 6-yard box now. Don't commit a foul in there. Ball comes in, and Raya goes for it. Up by Osula. It's too easy. Oh, Dan Burn. There's some scuffles going on here, guys. Dan Burn, Osula, Fabian Shaw. They're all having a go, pulling on shirts. Raya's having a go at Osula. The skipper jumps in. Mr. Hooper's just having a look at certain individuals here. Kiwiori's got a yellow card.
Well, I think VAR looking at someone and all. I'm not exactly sure what.
I don't know what's going on here.
Well, Burn was
Bruno's
definitely
coming to have a word. Shaw's coming to have a word.
Burn was definitely aggrieved. I'm just wondering if that could have been a penalty incident that we didn't see.
Well, there was far too much going on.
VAR definitely looking at something.
Osula heads the ball up in the air and Raya comes and claims really easy. And then it just seems to be handbags.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
VAR.
Hooper's now obviously got his hand to his ear. He's listening. There's something going on.
Yeah. And Dan Burn was livid.
Well, like I said, this is. I think this could be for serious foul play, though. If I'm honest with you, I don't think it's got nothing to do with a Newcastle player. I think they could be looking at maybe VAR for violent conduct. Well, that's it. He's blown for final whistle. That's it.
Right.
He's blew the final whistle. Well, that's it. What we didn't want, we all unfortunately anticipated.
What I wanted, it just cost me 200 quid.
What happened in the second half? It was really strange. But anyway, we'll get into that in a bit. That's it. I haven't got a clue really what was going on there because it was a bit like handbags at 10 yards, wasn't it? From both sides, if I'm honest. Jump on to the match reaction, the instant match reaction. We'll be on there in a minute.
Or two.
We played like we didn't bother. We weren't bothered. That says Chris. It was a poor performance. Poor performance second half, though, mate. To be fair, it wasn't great. It wasn't great. Half time needs analysis for malpractice. which we'll do in a second. Right, guys.
It's the old story. If you don't take your chances, you'll get punished.
Yeah, absolutely. You get punished, and that's what's happened. To be fair, Pope's had nothing to do in the second half. So you can see how much ball they've had. They've just been, obviously, that one chance come from the Gordon mistake, didn't it? And then that was it, done. So again, we'll see you on the instant match reaction. So come and have your say. You've listened to me and him for the best part of 2 hours. Well, nearly 3 hours. So come and have your say. It's finished. Arsenal 1, Newcastle 0. Not a great day at the Emirates, but we've had our day
overall. But we're still in third place.
Exactly.
With a home it's still in our hands. That's the main.
Still in our hands, exactly. So there you go.
But
see you in a bit.
Second place is history.
Thanks to everybody that supported, gifted the memberships, and obviously given some nice monies. So thanks to everybody.
Who we got here? We've got Conflux, who we've never seen before, gifted a membership. Random Access, thank you very much. Michael McIntyre, as always. And Mercury Dime, thank you very, very much.
Yeah.
See you shortly on the other side.
Ta-ra for now. Away the lads and lasses.
Away the lads.